Hello, everyone, and welcome to Zelda Speedruns 4! Today we have another Link to the Past Randomizer Crosskeys Tournament 2022. Plus round 5 match here between zelgadissan and Hitsuyan. We've got Clairmouse and Nilson Alex on comms. Take it away.
Yo, Alex. Oh my gosh, dude. We got Zelda versus Hitsu. 4-0 match for Crosskeys? Dude, this is gonna be great.
Oh, it's gonna be super great because it's Hitsu and
I know,
Zelda.
yeah.
It's Hitsu.
Exactly. I cannot wait for the creativeness of the routing decisions that we're gonna see on Hitsu's side. This is gonna be so great. Zelda, I even through thick and thin, all of the pressure, I have really not seen him, deviate from his, I guess, like normal, the routing decision making, but I don't know, maybe we're gonna see something different from him, given that he is have to face Hitsu at this point. Maybe you gotta counter, maybe you gotta step up, to kind of meet your opponent's expectations, right?
I mean, like Zelda will actually dip Eastern Palace the first
time. I don't know if we can go that far. I don't think that he's that desperate yet. But maybe you have to depend on how far the seed goes.
Man, I'm disappointed now. Mm-hmm. Don't get my hopes up. Don't get my hopes up.
You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Oh man, I mean, and so yeah, so this is 4-0. We are week 5. Only a handful of runners, actually have this 4-0 record, and so it's just quite the feat in order to even have get this far to begin with. I know that Zelda has actually defeated a host of like really good runners, certainly for his track. I know that he knocked off Humbug. That was actually a very close and a very impressive win. I think he also took on Jake Hoper last week, and also took a win over him. Hitsu, of course, also had his, like star-studded record in order to get here. I mean, taking a win in this field, especially in 2022 Crosskeys, like the field has gotten so good. Just getting a win in general, I think is just very impressive. And especially like the field is just gotten so much better.
I feel like there's too many Crosskeys players these days.
Yeah, I know. Yes,
it's not good. I mean, it's good, but I mean,
Yeah,
for purposes, it's not good.
Yeah. It's great for, if you want to, get good competition, play against the best of the best, right? Have a great time. It's maybe not as good if you want to, advance in a tournament.
Yeah, but the fun part is that both Hitsu and Zelda actually start from the same location. So, Hitsu playing it maybe a bit safer. I don't know.
Yeah, this is interesting. So I actually thought like especially throughout the years, I guess Zelda has definitely been a very much Link's house starter, fake flipping over to the witch's hut type of thing. But at least this year it seems like he's been very much into the Sank start. I don't know if this is like the new meta in general for Crosskeys runners, or maybe this is Zelda like more experimenting though. Meanwhile, Hitsu found Hype Caves. Actually, we already have 2 heart containers and a big Hera.
Key there is always great because normally you just never find that big key, and whenever you find it, it's like way after you beat Tower of Hera with Hera pots.
Yeah, so. Exactly. Yep. Alright though, yeah, we actually already have, also, right, thanks to our awesome trackers, Tafile and Daruk tracking for us today, we already actually see that Hitsu is, also has powder. Kind of interesting, we don't actually have any magic, but, we might be able to, like, if we maybe can scrounge up a little bit, like, maybe one of the drop-downs will actually find Magic Bat early.
I mean, you find powder early, it's gonna be behind, like, Lumberjack.
Yeah,
or,
that's okay. You
or Agatha.
Alex, it sounds like you've played Crosskeys before.
Might have played a little bit too much as of late.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure. So actually, so how do you feel about this Sank start at basically in Kakariko? Is it a good thing? It just feels like we always go to Kakariko so often. I don't know.
I mean, it's fun for people that actually start with Sank. I mean, I can't really speak from my own experience because I never do it, so... yeah. I mean, it's great because in CAC has, like, every single location.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And it's kind of like like the center, right, of basically all of the action. Eventually, all roads lead to CAC. So I guess you'll eventually come here. I guess I don't know. It's just I don't know how useful it is. I guess like maybe in like the mid game / late game type of thing.
I mean, it's quite useful, especially if Sanctuary is here, because he will always have, like, whenever you get, like, Dark World access, like, the Dark World access for real, it's always nice.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Unless you have a really good connector, like, right next to you, then you don't need to think about walking through the rock up there or whatever you want to do. So,
that's true.
But we found the best big key in the whole game.
What makes you say it's the best big key? Have you ever had a hookshot in Swamp Palace Big Chest only to have to go back to it later? You know, I'm just asking in a hypothetical situation.
Yes, actually, yes.
Hypothetical speaking, of course, right?
It's more like when you always find that one before the small key. Like Swamp Big will always show up before Swamp Small.
Oh, right, yeah. It looks like we also have a nice and totally not randomized restock room. Luckily, though, you know, Zelda at least was able to farm a couple bombs. Looks like he was not quite able to get to Hype the first time around.
See, you don't have to hula-han or buy bombs. You just get a free spot just get a free spot to farm bombs.
Yeah, exactly. Just go to where the resources are. That sounds so easy. Speaking of, though, I mean, yeah, well, you know, actually, maybe going in CAC, right? They're actually, I would say, pretty rich here. Also, tavern, slightly displaced. But yeah, they're actually pretty good on resources, right? We got a restock room. We got, I think, 100 rupees out of Sanctuary, right? And so just kind of getting some odds and ends things. Able to actually before the bottlement or the first time through. Not often you get to see that.
The only time you actually see it if you actually, well, I guess you hula-han first, but I mean...
Right, yeah. Right.
If you don't do it, you'll have to wait, and sometimes there's actually good progression on Bottle Bender.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like... Alright, so it looks like we got... Okay, so we got Sanctuary at the Magic Bat drop-down, / escape, and looks like the well actually just has our Lumberjack, which is a piece of heart, so... nothing really, although, well, you know, we're getting a lot of Kakariko entrances in Kakariko. A good thing, I guess, we have a Sanctuary start where the Magic Bat is, because we just also picked up a shovel. So, I don't know if it's really convenient the fact that we're up here. I don't know. I'm going to assume that they are eventually going to, I guess, make their way up north. But I guess that is something that they can check later on.
I'm actually surprised that Hitsu didn't pick up the other 5 rupees there, because I mean, even though the 5 rupees doesn't do much right now, you will at least have money for later. But
yeah, and, you know, and especially early money, you know, they've already paid off the bottom limit, but I mean, it's going to be pretty useful, right? There are still going to be some pretty, you know, big purchases later on. You still have Zora. It'll eventually be in Logic, so you kind of all want the money. Especially, maybe it depends on, you know, especially in Crosskeys, right? If you just kind of get random Dark World access, let's say to like the pod area or Village of Outcasts, right? You know, there's going to be, you know, your money is not necessarily always going to be a plentiful commodity, right? Like you never really know when you're going to want the money.
That's a good point there. Hitsu and Selga going different ways now. That is interesting.
Yeah, fine. Man, talk about not picking up money. You know, like the 50 rupees just kind of sitting on the mushroom spot for Hitsu. He says no. All right, looks like he's just not worried.
This is when the Hitsu put on the clown shoes here.
yeah.
Like it's fully activated.
I know. I mean, and again, you know, maybe he is. You know, Hitsu did say that he is very much interested in a win over Zelda. I mean, I think both Hitsu and Zelda both want the win today, but Hitsu is very, very interested.
Okay.
Wow. So speaking of, okay, so maybe our progression or Crosskey seed length time is going to be slightly extended. We did find Ganon behind Lumberjack, so hello, CT Smalls. Please present yourself.
There is actually a small key on Desert Palace Torch, so maybe that's one of them. We'll not find that one out until we get boots, which hopefully these 2 runs won't be boots to.
That, you know, that's actually a very good point. You know, the fact that, you know, Lumberjack is where Ganon is today means that boots are required. I'm going to hope in this case they're not go mode, because I'm honestly like, can you believe anyone who would get go mode boots at 2 hours and 53 minutes? I mean, that's just awful. Like, who would want to go through something like that?
You really had to do that.
Yeah,
You really had to.
You know, only 2 weeks ago it was like 226. You know, at least you're making progress. setting new records, yes.
One could say so.
Yeah.
We did find another big key to Skullwoods on Zelda side, which is nice because that's also one of those keys that you'll never really find until later.
Yeah. I mean, also, so you know, some pretty quote unquote, you know, good luck in that sense, right? Just because we're finding all of these, you know, big keys that aren't, you know, required, but we haven't been to those areas yet, so we're gonna be able to get those in one stop. Especially when it's still, yeah. Yeah, it looks like those Zelga's minor glitching his way into Pod. Okay, so if you can mimic clip here, would you mimic clip? He'll get
definitely.
this. Okay, cool. Then we might be able to see this on Zelda side.
I mean, if you go in here like a bunny and death warp for one item, I would be very curious to why. But I mean, Zelda knows how to mimic clip, so you definitely pick up 3 items this early on.
Okay, that is totally fair. Yeah. Speaking of the where, so did find a map to Skullwoods, and so like I'm gonna assume in this case, yeah, it looks like Zelda is doing exactly what you have suggested. Which in this case, we're gonna go see some more, even more sequence breaking in the already sequence broken pod. But I'm gonna assume that if he's already had the big key to Skullwoods, he might make his way over to like Skullwoods and basically sequence break out that dungeon as well.
I mean, I would do that because first of all, you will have that small key for later. For the dungeon. And then you never have to go back until you get the fire rod to check that entrance. So it's just nice to have it done.
Oh yeah, that's also true. And even though we did pick up a couple heart containers in Hype Cave, death warping isn't going to be too bad. But oh my gosh, though, Hitsu stumbling upon GT finding the pearl in Hope Room. So forget about sequence breaking. Going to the Dark World is going to be all logic.
Yeah, this is really good routing for Hitsuya at the moment.
Hitsu, maybe he was just interested in expediting that pearl. Skipping the 50 rupees, skipping the 15 rupees in Blind's hut, also he can get to GT faster.
He's just like, I need this moon pearl way before Celia. But Celia's already doing the Dark World stuff, so he's like, well, I don't need a stinky moon pearl.
Yeah.
Ooh, great medallion.
Yeah, no, Zelda also, but that mimic clip is actually pretty fast on Zelda's side, so very impressive.
Oh, there's a cap.
Yeah, and so of course I think as a Hitsu, as part of his travels, he did find Castle Tower. So he only had bombs. I mean, not that Zelda really has much better weapons, to his name right now, but he is. If he chooses to go further, he is going to be able to get the second item as well. Yeah,
and Celia needs to be careful here.
Yeah, he needs to be careful to not die before he gets into Skullwoods.
Ooh, small key on the magic bat. Turtle rock small.
Interesting,
Sweet.
Interesting.
Okay, so we have confirmed Uncle at the behind Moldern 2, Aga 2.
Okay.
I think, at least. Don't quote me on that.
I'm trying to remember if we've seen like Useless Fairy or. But I also haven't caught all the drop downs, so.
Okay, our tracker, Tough Life, is being it's correct. It's Uncle.
Sounds good. Cool. This is why our trackers are awesome. Tough Island, Daruk, they catch everything. All right, it looks like those Zelda. So guys, right. So everything that Zelda's doing, of course, to him is going to be a sequence break because you are 100% now required to die and then revive in the dungeon and get back your Link form. Zelda. Oh, yeah. Poor guy. Like, okay, so right, that Gibdo appearing there is just unfortunate RNG, and of course Zelda, not having enough health to basically stand 2 hearts of damage. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, I totally understand why Celia went out there because he will check if this is a bad Skullwoods or not. Which I hope it's not, because if you go in here as Bunny, you don't want to see. Okay, it's actually alright, Skullwoods. Hopefully you can just pick up a weapon here so you can pick up a chest later. Yeah,
right. And of course, we saw Zelda make his way into the Dark World just without the pearl. Well, of course, Hitsu has the pearl, so all of this is very much in logic. Although, oh yeah, that's right. Hitsu also picked up a big key to Ice Palace as well. So I think we have actually all of the like fetch quest big keys. So like, and we have all of them basically before we even been to the area. So it's gonna be really good. Oh no, Zelda. He's just not having any luck. I mean, we really need a sword. You know, at something.
Oh yeah, if you bomb jump now, you will die.
Oh, does he realize this? You know, for what it's worth, I believe he would have succeeded if he had enough health.
This is not going Zelga's way yet.
Yeah, this is not quite the, like the morale boost that maybe Zelga was looking for. You know, Zelga's also a champ. He has been in tough situations before, and, part of basically...
oh no!
It's fine. He's very good at keeping his cool.
Is this gonna be his new emote? Animated emote?
Yeah. I think during like Mystery PogChamp, his nemesis was Race Game because he almost failed it because of all the chickens. This might be the newest thing for Zelda.
Look at that, first try.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. Very very much worth the 30 arrows that he has right now. I can't wait for him to pick up the bow so we can do some bow landmos because I know that is his absolute favorite boss fights.
I was getting Gibdoed again.
Yeah.
But at least he got Hyrule Castle small key, so at least whenever he will do Hyrule Castle, it's all in logic except we don't have a fire source. But who cares about fire source?
Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting. I mean, so like, the front and the back of this game now is in logic with a Hyrule Castle small key. You just don't often get to see it. Oh man, Swamp Small. Yeah, that is also a very interesting key. We haven't, of course, found the dam. We haven't found Swamp Palace. We don't have flippers or anything, but we do have all the keys.
Yeah, so having that Swamp Small is quite nice because sooner or later in Crosskeys, like you always have to go in Swamp. No matter what, at least feels like it.
That is well, I guess depending on how you feel about Swamp, but I believe that is a variant, an invariant of Crosskeys. It's yes, there's always something in Swamp and Crosskeys.
Yeah, sadly,
Yeah.
even if you try, even whenever you try to avoid it, it's like nope, you have to go there. Ooh,
Hitsu making his way over to Super Money. He found our first pod key as well. First pod small key, I mean. So potentially he's going to be able to make a little bit further progress in pod as well.
Ooh, nice connector going straight up to Hyrule Castle. Sadly, we can't get into that entrance, but who cares?
Oh, Zelda, man, I assume that's a tier 3 tree pull. Finding 8 bombs as the tree pull pack, that is really nice. He was actually pretty low on bombs too, so it was a really good refill on his part.
Let's see, you don't have to buy bombs in Crosskeys, so you just don't have to.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they literally just grow on trees, apparently, with a couple of enemy kills.
I mean, I think it's just gonna follow Desert Palace now, like Zelda did, and find Dark World here.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it looks like Zelda is just kind of like Zelda and Hitsu are kind of trading spaces, right? Hitsu's already been over here to Magic Bat, gotten his small key, and then he's gonna keep going, and then he's gonna eventually probably go over and eventually, stumble upon like the same, find GT and go find his pearl.
Maybe Zelda finds something else and can do more in GT, and then hits it in.
Yeah, right. And so I have also seen Zelda attempt, Castle Tower with only bombs. He has done a pretty good job of it. I'm curious to see in this case if he wants to do that because he does have the first Castle Tower key.
I don't know how people can pull that off. I certainly can't do it. So.
It is really impressive, especially with those two like ball and chain guards in the first room. Like I think the second room maybe isn't too bad, but like the ball and chain guards are pretty sturdy, so.
It'll be interesting to see what Hitsu can find here for. Since we haven't seen We saw some stuff for Zelda in Dark World, but we can actually see even more now from Hitsu.
Right, exactly, yeah. And of course, just because Hitsu has the pearl, you actually did see that, there's going to be some little time things that Hitsu's going to be able to gain over Zelda, right? Just because he doesn't have to death warp every single time in order to kind of get his bunny form back in dungeons. Not that Zelda, really spent that much time, but it is, over the course of time, the longer Zelda doesn't have the pearl, it is going to add up.
And it's going to be even more interesting to see the chest we didn't see from Zelda in...
Right. Oh, yeah. That's true.
I mean, maybe that's boots. I don't know.
Oh, man. No, Alex, that's such a very sad scenario for Zelda.
Yeah, I don't hope it's like boots or anything like that, but like it could be, you're saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true, because, I mean, like, with the Pearl, right, all of Skull Woods is in Logic, so it does feel a little bit bad, unfortunately, just because the Gibdo, just spawned at a very bad position and just kind of bullied Zelda.
But the two brothers connector here, or house, whatever you want to call it, actually it's up to Turrock Bridge, which is nice, but, I mean, what we saw in Dark World, it only leads to Bumper Cave, which we can't do at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. So it seems like actually, we've gotten, okay, we got the Pearl, in this case, which is a pretty big find, of course, for Hitsu. But we're still kind of missing, we're missing a glove, right? We're missing a weapon of any type. That would be swell, because especially in this case, if we can get a sword, we do have some medallions that we can also use as well. Zelda, man, I guess good thing we get. Yeah, we're also attempting Spiral Cave as well. Oh.
He doesn't have the luck with the RNG of enemies in the seed. Oh no.
Yeah, but oh my gosh, so the RNG for Moldorms though don't seem to be. It seems to be kind of overpowering Zelda though. I mean, he does have 5 bombs left, which is good. Holy cow.
I mean, it's fine for...
Oh my god, no!
See, this is why you don't play with bombs or explosive stuff. Don't do this at home, please.
Yeah, this is kind of an unfortunate, just kind of like a rockier start for Zelda. And again, this is, oh man, Hitsu had the same Gibdo spawn, but he had much more health to his name, so he can actually just tank it. But only 5 rupees, so it's not going to definitely hurt Zelda. But I mean, these kind of like little deaths on the frequent deaths on especially in the early game. Hopefully they don't, at least like mentally affect Zelda. It's a very strong player, but you know what? He's a trooper because he's gonna go straight back. He has much more health this time to his name, so he's probably just gonna tank the damage if he needs it. Save those bombs for later.
I'm just gonna be honest, like no item in here, like no like a real weapon in Spiral Cave is like the worst thing. Oh, flippers!
Oh my gosh, though that's a pretty nice reward coming back. All right. Well, so we also did get a little bit bullied by the Moldorms, but Zelga's made it through, and we have also now one more piece. In this case, at least ahead of the Swamp Palace, but also, of course, we also have the flipper checks open to us as well.
It's gonna be interesting to see what Shovel leads to. More bombs, of course.
More bombs, yeah. But Zelga's very happy to see those at this point.
Yeah, Zelga's getting all these like clutch bombs, like the triple, 3 bombs for the shovel.
Yeah, I mean, well, you were just saying we don't need to buy bombs or anything in Crosskeys, right? Like they just kind of show up, apparently.
So Zelda not finding the Moon Pearl right now is like, sure, it's nice to have it early because you can explore Dark World, but it's quite nice to just be able to just, at least from my experience, just like explore entrances in Light World as well.
Oh, right, yeah. Especially in this case, if if you take a connector.
You have flippers. You have flippers. You don't need to set up fake flippers.
I think he remembered the second time. Sorry, no, he always remembers the first time because everything's always first try here.
It's like me yesterday when I had Nier and I death warped because I don't know why I death warped.
It's one of those things where maybe you get so excited that you finally succeeded at something, and then you forgot what you ended up getting after you succeeded.
It's just like whenever you death warp too much, it's just like
it's habit. Yeah.
I wonder if that bottle on GT Torch is going to be the first bottle we'll see in the seed.
Oh, I mean, we did say in this case that Ganon, of course, is a lumberjack, so we do need those boots. Hopefully they're gonna come soon. That would be actually pretty cool, right? Boots to get the first bottle off of GT Torch to go find Sickit for some progression. I like that.
your Castle Tower small key that's in Ganon's Tower entrance. That would be sick.
No, are you talking from a runner's perspective, Alex, or are you talking from
from the viewer's perspective? Of course.
Yes. That's right. It's all about us watching this. I mean, because I don't think anybody would want to run that. Although Hitsu, yeah.
I mean, if you feel behind, maybe you want something like that.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually a very good point. Alright, so Hitsu has come back to pod. He did get the one pod key over Zelda before when he came in here, so he at least can open the front door. Heart piece and 10 arrows, though. Nothing really to talk about.
Oh, Hitsu doesn't mimic clip, right? Because
I don't think so. Yeah, as far as I know, he doesn't mimic clip. So
yeah. Team no mimic clip here. Oh well, I can't, so.
It should be fine. I mean, Zelda did, of course, get a Castle Tower small key out of it. But I don't think it's potentially necessarily going to hurt him. I mean, and again, right? Like, we still need a bow in this case, so it's probably not going to be too big of a deal.
I mean, Desert Palace big key. Nice, spicy. I was gonna say, unless like it's pen and pod and you don't find a bow until really late, and then you like. You forget you had pod tracked somewhere. You locate your Castle Tower's small right side pod. That would be
very sad. Yeah, but actually, yeah, you mentioned, we pick up the Desert Palace big key. So we actually do have, of course, the front of Desert as a connector. So that is actually one more check that we can do. Not sure if that's they're gonna go back to it anytime soon, but and especially it's also kind of far. It's like on the very left side of Desert as well. It's like basically in the total opposite corner.
Yeah, you don't want to do that until you like have boots, maybe because there's a small key on the torch, so you kind of like want to route
right,
it.
yeah, that's also a good point too.
Okay, never mind. There's just the main entrance.
All right,
never mind.
So that's very convenient, so I guess Hitsu's gonna be able to go check that big key, or big chest immediately. And by immediately, yeah, I mean we're gonna wait out the fire ants. Oh, Zelda! So he's going to Castle Tower. He only has 4 bombs. I think in this case he probably does not. I mean, 4 bombs is pretty iffy.
I mean, just get another triple, I guess, with bombs and yours.
Yeah, maybe he wants to do that. Oh my gosh, dude, though, Hitsu finding a sword in Desert Big Chest. Man, Zelda really wish you would have had the sword here. I mean, he doesn't have the Desert Palace big key yet either, but that is a really nice find for Hitsu.
I mean, a sword is always like this early in a Crosskeys seed. Is this even real?
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure you're also, of course, not talking about from personal experience, right?
Oh, yeah, never.
Never. Oh my gosh. Gee. What a really nice place to use that sword. Yeah, Zelda could have also had the sword or used the sword, in Spiral Cave, so he didn't have to, in this case, take a premature death by using bombs. I mean, and also, we do have medallions for what it's worth. Maybe not immediately useful, but I mean, like, if you're ever in a room where you have to clear out enemies, like bombos is actually pretty useful. Is pretty efficient.
Okay, so Paradox, we have found Paradox Cave now with Blind's Hut and Hide Cave. So we only have which really a lot of items is Medium Molten Cave at this point.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, we found like Blind's Hut early in Kakariko. We found Hype Cave early in Kakariko as well. I think we haven't found Saha yet, so that's going to be like a 3-item cave available to us, as well as green pendant knowledge.
Yeah. Small key to Meyer. So every single time if small key pops up, you just want to see that castle tower small.
Yeah.
Because that's like the worst item, well, worst key to find in whenever you need to find it in Crosskeys.
Now, like, I was right, and we did see the. Oh no! Unfortunately, I don't think Hitsu quite lined up the bomb jump. But yeah, I was gonna say though, like, so, having a sword would also be really helpful for the first 2 chests of Castle Tower as well.
Yeah. Hey, Zelda, go back. You want to grab that sword from the big chest of deserts.
Yeah, I unfortunately...
Go back!
Oh, yeah. Oh man, poor Zelda, poor Zelda. You know, maybe, you know what? Maybe he'll dig up a sword in Dig Game. Did he already do Dig Game?
He did not. But I guess he's gonna do Stumpy at least, and then do Dig Game, and then go through Mini Boulder, and just skip the rest for later.
Okay.
Look at that, now we got Sora money as well.
Yeah, I mean, well, Zelda is also the one who, you know, trekked through Spiral Cave and has the flippers as well, so I guess technically at least, you know, we have, we have access to Zora.
See? If only Hitsu picked up all the free rupees here.
Exactly, yeah, that's true. He skipped the 50 rupees in the mushroom spot. He skipped the 15 rupees in Blind's Hut as well. I think he also just skipped a rupee here and there. So yeah, he definitely could have had up to 500 by now.
Imagine skipping free money.
You know, why do we need to imagine when we have Hitsu demonstrating all of this for us, right? It's all, you know. I'm sure it's all calculated and expected on Hitsu's side.
Well, another dark cave. And it looks... Is that the one that leads to Old Man? Like to the mountain?
Oh, maybe?
I think it is. So we might go through that one.
Yeah, maybe after he's finishing checking these kind of like straggler connectors?
Yeah.
Or straggler entrances, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, meanwhile, though, Zelda just, you know, trucking on. Good thing we picked up all those extra heart containers, because with the extra health, who cares about mini Moldrums doing 1 heart of damage to us? We've got enough bombs now to survive. That's all that matters.
I mean, if Zelda gets real desperate for bombs, you can just go back to Dig Game and dig up 3 more bombs.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, speaking of bombs, though, I think that mini Moldrum somehow managed to escape the bomb explosion.
You just want Zelda to use all his bombs.
Exactly.
It's one of those days where Zelda has to use your bombs to get your free bombs later.
Yeah, you know, it would be kind of interesting if we can get like a bomb / arrow count at the very end, like how many bombs you use, how many arrows you use through the game. I would like to see Zelga's count, because it is quite high. Oh my gosh, Zelga. For the record, he would not have died. The Myrtledactyls do 3 hearts of damage, whereas Zelda does have 4, but, you know, walking around the Dark World with only, again, 1 heart of damage isn't probably the most desired.
Dark World this early, well, it hurts. So, give us a mail upgrade if you want.
Exactly.
Give us like a mail upgrade if we're gonna traverse here.
Alright.
Okay. This has to be like 1 up to old. Yeah, it is. So Hitsu's on his way up the mountain.
Yeah, yeah. I think we also heard like a little like jump down, noise on Hitsu's side, right? So this is gonna be the mountain. It's gonna be basically rescuing the old man and then getting somewhere up on Death Mountain.
Hopefully, at this point, it's like Hera, so you don't need to think about that entrance ever.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Oh look, I never.
Not quite, unfortunately. Probably not the worst in this case. Entrance to the mountain area.
Hey, 50 rupees. You can skip those. You can't skip those.
Yeah. Yeah, the old man insists in this case. Alright, Zelda looks like, Zelda's coming back to Skull Woods with that pearl. Looks like he really wants that 5 rupees. But of course, and this was definitely a very rough room for Zelda earlier. Not that he has much better equipment, but he does have more health. Probably, and of course he has a pearl. So in this case, he doesn't have to worry about regaining his Link form or his Phoenix Wright form. In this case,
found back of Skull Woods here as well, up on the mountain, which is quite nice. But I mean, it's pendant, but we don't know which we don't know what color this pendant has. Well, apparently I do. Apparently you do, maybe. I'll try this. I already tried it, so
yeah,
I don't know if they
right. We don't have the green pendant knowledge until either we beat it, which of course we can't right now. We literally cannot because we have no fire source, and of course, or we talk to Saha.
I mean, they have also picked up a map because we're not. Otherwise, we wouldn't.
Oh, right. That's true. Right. I mean, I don't know if and when anybody does, or either of these two guys can do a map check.
I don't think they will ever do one. To be honest, it's just like walk in. Is this a pen or not? And if they can beat the dungeon and they don't have knowledge, it's like, okay, never mind. They're just gonna do it.
Ooh, more back of dungeons that we have. Also, found a desert palace as well. Again, though, no fire source, so we can't actually beat this. Hitsuyan Force does have the desert palace big key, and so we haven't found the desert small. I think, as far as I can tell, so it's technically still like not in logic key wise, but you know, at this point, that is a logic as merely suggested.
He even keeps keeps track of logic in Crosskeys. It's just too much.
I know. I mean, your brain must be super big if you can actually go through something like that.
Oh, there's a minimal cave.
All right, and there's also his sword for Zelda. He's finally going to be happy to not have to, well, you know, use bombs everywhere.
Okay, let's see if Minimal Cave got any sweet stuff here. Another map.
Okay, to Hera, we have the big key. So that's of course is going to be pendant.
Oh, boots!
Oh, we got the boots. Good job, Hitsu. Zelda, hurry up! Hurry up and get to the mountain.
I mean, there's like you win when you get the boots first.
Yes. Oh my gosh, we're not even like we're 35 minutes in. Like that is great. Yeah, Zelda, like we really need him to like basically hurry up now. Literally, hurry up.
Sadly, he's gonna follow this connector, the Paradox Cave connector, so you will not find the old man rescue point quite yet. But however, we could, I guess, maybe end up at Hera. And okay, never mind.
Oh, okay. So we get spit out at Dark Potion Shop, which is also, I mean, it is a connector.
Zelda,
Zelda is thinking about this case that unfortunately he gets blocked on the other side.
See, this is why we have flippers early.
Yes, exactly. Oh, interesting. We're actually going to Zelda. Yep. Yeah, it's a very dangerous fake flipper over. Not sorry, it's a very dangerous flippering over here.
Yeah, not a big fan of Dark Shopping Mall.
Yeah, I guess especially now, right? I mean, Zelda can check 2 entrances in Dark Shopping Mall, right? There's like the normal cave entrance, there's the one that you can bomb open, but the one that's buried under the rock, unfortunately, we're gonna have to leave that one behind.
That is why it hits, not hits it. That's why Zelda's gonna find a glove here.
Oh yes, exactly. Yes. I'm gonna assume though, with a glove, you'll probably at some point go get the lamp, and that's at Sanctuary.
Yeah, you definitely go and grab the lamp because you never know whenever you pick up a fire source at like I don't know, the fire rod. That one can be burned. Okay, there's the glove. Oh, never mind. Okay.
Did you literally just say that like 2 minutes ago? That Zelda's just gonna go find a glove here in Hobo?
I mean, kind of.
Exactly. You know, this was all calculated. You know, on your part and on Zelda's part, right? We just prematurely died at Dark Shopping Mall so that we can go back later, so we can get all the entrances. This is easy.
See, this is why, like, this way you start with like going to Dam to Hobo.
Exactly. Yeah. Good point. Yeah, that's actually a good point. We actually had those a long time ago.
This is really good for a Zelda. Hookshot Cave actually goes up to.
Oh right, the mountain. Yeah. Looks like though he maybe wants to check Light World Shopping Mall, the Ice Rock Cave area. This is significantly safer, even though, you know, we have crabs here doing 2 hearts of damage. He's got a sword, so nobody's gonna get crabbed, and also no one's gonna bombard him on the bridge.
I mean, nobody has ever died to crabs.
Of course not. No, of course not. Never. Never in the history of Randomizer.
Eastern Palace for Hitsuyan.
Good job, Hitsu. I'm proud of you. This is the right thing to do, especially potentially against Zelda if you want to introduce a little bit more extra variance. Because I think, as you mentioned, Zelda may not be quite as interested in going into Eastern Palace. We did find out though from Saha that Ice Palace today is a green pendant, so it looks like Skullwoods is just a regular pendant today.
My cave in Lights. Shopping mall. Well, Iceford Cave area, whatever you want to call it. I call it Light Shopping Mall for some reason. I don't know why. But...
I mean, you know, like it's you do get a good amount of stuff here. You know, it's more like a Light World bank. You know, because you do have you have 20 rupees. You can basically just, you know, withdraw as much money as you need to. Yeah. You also did mention we did find a book in the map chest, Eastern Palace. Potentially could be useful.
Zelda, I don't want to be like that, but I mean, sure you want your lamp, but please go back to Hookshot Cave so you can get your boots.
Exactly. Yeah, we're just walking right past that bonk rocks that you could have bonked open. With those
or Zelda.
Or yeah. Oh, but yeah, actually, speaking of boots, though, is a good reminder. We've got a bunch of stuff. You know, okay, so GT Torch, right? That's a thing. Desert Torch, that's also a thing.
I just want Zelda to have boots and be happy.
I know. So many seeds, you know, so many runners, they just go without boots for so long.
Please save a random runner by giving them boots.
Exactly. Yeah, we just want to be able to dash, especially with the sword that we found so early. I mean, you know, like, especially with the sword with Pearl, right? And, you know, if we don't necessarily find early boots, you know, when you don't have a sword and you don't have a Pearl, maybe not the end of the world, just because you're kind of limited to where you can dash, right? Only the Light World. And then, you know, dashing without a sword isn't, like, that much fun, right? But, you know, now that we have all this equipment, it is going to be super comfortable.
Finally shaking out here. With a piece of heart. I mean, piece of heart this early, it's quite nice because we're still in green mail, so I wouldn't say no to it.
Yeah. And I think actually from Zelda's perspective, and also from Hitsu's perspective now too, right? We're actually seeing all of this health kind of being, you know, adding up, heart piece at a time, heart container at a time. The death warping in dungeons is going to get a bit more expensive, right? So... Yeah.
Okay, this is good for... well, Zelda might not follow Hookshot Cave here. He might just go to Sora. So. Good point. He's gonna be able to check the waterfall entrance as well. Let's see. Do we have any? Oh, that's it, kid.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, that bottle is definitely available to us on GT Torch. Hitsu, yeah, man. Okay, so Hitsu like turns up his nose at 50 rupees in the mushroom spot, but he is, I think he's probably concerned, as what you were saying earlier, you know, about the health in Dark World. He definitely even took the time to pick up that heart piece on Pyramid.
I mean, it's quite scary to dash around like this, because if you get a wrong dash and you get an enemy attacking you at the same time, you might end up dying, so picking up an extra piece of hearts is actually quite nice in Dark World.
Yeah, so speaking of, coming into Hyrule Castle from the Dark World, the enemies here, like the rats and like the ropes, are going to actually do 2 hearts of damage. So of course, they're not going to face them necessarily quite here in the back of Escape, or the front of Escape, but something that Hitsu's going to have to keep in mind. Especially since he doesn't have that lamp, right, from that Zelda has. So, you know, he's going to have to do a lot of stuff in the dark if he wants to do that.
I mean, I think Hitsu might do it, but then again, you never know with Hitsu.
Yeah,
Hitsu is too unpredictable when it comes to...
Maybe the fact that he has boots, you know, might, you know, he might be willing to keep those on versus some of the more, you know, more colorful ones as well.
Zelda, don't go that way, please.
Oh, Zelda.
I just want to get your boots. No. Well, okay, we gotta at least what is it called now again? Pod small key from from Escape.
Yeah, so that's going to be, at least we're going to go a little bit farther in Pod, but again, so Alex, like, what are your thoughts on Pod? Like, you already been there, the first time with like 1 key or like 0 keys. When do you go back to Pod? Like, do you wait for like a couple more keys? Like, do you wait for the big key? Do you wait for the hammer? Like,
I mean, I wait at least until I have like 3 small keys.
Okay.
Because then you can at least do pretty much all of it. But like, I would prefer at least the big key and a few small keys. But you can never get everything in this game mode. So
yeah, no, that's certainly a very good point. Yeah, and sometimes, right, like the game can have a very unkind sense of humor, right? In order to, maybe you don't want to go back with let's just like 1 or 2 keys, right? Because again, you don't want to. You want to be efficient, you don't want to keep making multiple trips over to Pod, but, if there happens to be an item there, well...
you never know.
Skull with small.
And also, it also comes down to how you use your small keys as well. In Pod,
right.
Like, there's been scenarios when, like, the first chest, like, the vanilla big key chest, I shall have, like, your hammer, and you don't open that one until, like, super late, so...
Yeah, the races certainly haven't been decided about, like, a coin flip, basically, between checking, like, vanilla big key chest versus, a harmless hellway. That certainly hasn't happened yet, either. By the way, yeah.
Trying to find chests here. 10 arrows, definitely worth it.
Yeah, I will say, though, I do commend Hitsu's usage of Bombo's medallion, like in the room with all the ropes, because again, like all these ropes do 2 hearts of damage per, and so Hitsu basically just, Bombos them all away, which is, really good decision. Basically just making sure that he gets through the rest of Escape, safe and sound.
Yeah, I'd probably do the same thing, to be honest, because not only does Bombos kill all the enemies, but it also shows you where you are.
Oh yeah, that's also true too.
For a short period.
Exactly. Yeah, of course, Zelda, chances are he's probably not gonna have to, just because he's gonna be able to see most of the enemies. I mean, he can still, take care of them with Bombos, but doing it in the dark is certainly gonna be, a lot more dangerous. Oh wow! What a decision.
So this is the intended way to go like to get your hammer. You have to go through all of it.
Yeah. Wow. Because the magic bat is where the drop down is, and so, well, I mean, unless maybe a mirror shows up somewhere, which is kind of unlikely at this point. But it is. I believe you are correct. That this is the logical intended way of being able to get here.
That is gross.
I
mean, for Zelga it's nice because, like you said, Zelga actually has the lamp, so he can see all the enemies way faster. He doesn't have to spam Bombos, which also takes a few seconds to use.
Right. Yeah, but of course, kind of the unfortunate side that Hitsu, like he's gonna lose a little time in the dark rooms, but he is probably gonna gain a good amount of time, over Zelga by having the boots to begin with, man. Because Zelga, we really need you to go back and go get those boots.
Please be happy, Zelga, and have boots, please.
That's true. Yeah, we want both of these guys to dash. It's finding boots, of course, is always I don't know, maybe a bit more controversial topic in Crosskeys, but it's like you really want the runners to have like an equal-ish amount of time with boots, right? Like, it would just be kind of sad to see, one person have boots, like for 45 minutes to like an hour over the other person.
Yeah. See, this is why you put boots at a really horrible location so they both find it at the same time.
For everybody else's seat except yours, right, Alex?
Yeah.
Yes, perfect.
Okay, so Swamp Palace is at the bomb crux at Link's house. Well, at the bomb shop, and it's actually Crystal.
Right, because Hitsu ended up picking up a map somewhere. But yeah, that's actually pretty good knowledge. So I guess when eventually Zelda goes and finds it, we're definitely gonna go see this boost sooner rather than later.
So the boosts are like super duper required because not only do we have Ganon at Lumberjack, but Swamp is also blocked by the boots. So it's like get your boots. Please get your boots.
Yeah, please get your boots, you know. They're not only, of course, logically required, they're hard required. Can't get around that today, but also, you know, they also do unlock some fun. Some, you know, a really cool execution. You can do a lot of good things with boots, and of course, also you get to move fast.
And also, it's just, in fact, boots.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, Hitsu found a connector going up to Super Bunny Cave entrance. Sally for Hitsu. Hitsu doesn't have that glove that Zelda has, so he can't lift the rocks.
Yeah, I mean, right. So, like, eventually he's gonna have to kind of come back for some of these things, right? And kind of like the longer, in this case, the Hitsu kind of goes without those gloves, the more isolated entrances that he is going to have to forego when he eventually, in this case, like stumbles upon, you know, Dark Death Mountain, for example.
Yeah. Oh, okay, never mind. He found a connector. Like, okay, never mind.
Wow, what a connector, dude. All right, so I think those are just. This is one of those entrances where you literally just like mark it off, and then you just completely forget about it.
Well, that was one interesting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I don't think that Zelga's taking a lot of damage intentionally, but you kind of do see in this case, this is the consequence of coming from Dark World. The rats do take, in this case, 4 slices, or slashes, from the sword. Doesn't even die to 1 bomb, 2 hearts of damage. But he does make it through, and gets his hammer as his reward. So at least from Zelga's perspective now, he does have a traditional Dark World, I guess, access, where we got the hammer, we got the pearl, we got the glove. Kind of in this case for probably, you know, needing Hitsu to actually go through Spiral Cave, go get his flippers, and then go get his glove off of Hobo. I mean, he doesn't need the flippers in order to get the glove off of Hobo, but, you know, at least that's the logical chain.
Yeah, I can see Hitsu not getting those flippers for a while because Hitsu is doing Hitsu is doing Hitsu stuff. Let's just say that.
Hitsu. Well, you know, he is also 4-0, so whatever he's doing, you know, he must be doing something right.
Yeah, that's why it's Hitsu doing Hitsu stuff, because even if sometimes it looks weird, he just somehow wins.
It works. Yes, it is sometimes just very, very magical.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, I think our good friend Zelga here is going to go to Castle Tower, but I think he's going to go to Hookshot. No? Oh, he's gonna go and beat Ice Palace.
Oh, dude. Wow, that is very impressive on Zelga's side. I don't know if this is considered to be aggressive, but you know, we are here on Fighter Sword, we are here on Bombos. But you know, Zelga is also a very much proponent of the rule of fire. So, and of course, you know, I absolutely trust that he knows what he's doing. You know, we're just gonna find the fire on here, no problem.
Zelga had found Sarashala, or was this Hitsu?
No, he did. No, he did. So it looks like actually Daruk, I think he's tracking for Zelga. He did mark it on Zelga's side. He knows this is the green pendant. Okay.
Well, I was just like, it's quite nice as well for Zelga to just be able to route in, get that prize from. Okay, never mind. Okay, wow, game. Wow.
Just why don't we just have all the small keys inside their dungeons? What is the problem?
Well, I mean, I'm not too surprised there's a small key inside a dungeon, because that's always Crosskeys. But typically, it's like Pod having a small key.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, there's a dam behind Book in Eastern Palace.
That is actually very interesting, man. And so, you know, well, it's even more now probably pressing for Hitsu to go get those flippers, because he has a fully clear, well, not fully clear, but he has at least the front of Swamp open to him. Okay, so, I mean, so would you go in without the hook shot, out of curiosity? You have 100%. Everything, so 100%? Alright, let's go.
I mean, there's so many items there. Like, even if you don't find hookshot, like, there's so many items.
Mm-hmm. And you have the big key, too, right?
Yeah. And who knows, maybe it's a vanilla hookshot, so...
yeah. Because that's never happened before, exactly.
Yep. Never happened.
Oh
never
my
happened.
Gosh, yeah.
Or Rando itself. So.
Exactly, yeah. And honestly, like, I could definitely see Hitsu going into the front of Swamp Palace without the hookshot.
I mean, there's nothing. It's like going into pod, but it's just slower. But I mean,
yeah, and you know what? Like, so the fact that this is off the entrance branch, right? Once you in this case drain the dam, it stays drained. You don't have to redrain it, and at least like going into swamp isn't going to be too painful, right? Normally, it's like there are so many mirror transitions, like you play non-entrance, and then kind of like to go into swamp. It's actually a good amount of time investment. But here, at least, we just literally walk right in.
See, this is why you don't play any other game mode than Crosskeys.
Yeah, exactly,
so
exactly.
No mirror transitions for opening swamp. It's quite nice.
Ah, yes. All right, so Zelga's here in Ice Palace. He has finally made his way over to the vanilla big key chest. We're really racking up our Turtle Rock small keys, by the way. But we haven't found a single Turtle Rock entrance. We haven't found a single Turtle Rock entrance, have we?
I don't think so, actually, which is quite rare in Crosskeys because you always find one.
Yeah, that's also. Yeah, and it seemed. Oh
wow.
Man, what a nice reward here in Ice Palace! Holy cow, Cold Stare is going to be significantly more pleasant than on a fighter's sword.
Okay, Hitsu getting flippers.
Nice, nice.
So that Swamp Palace play might actually come faster than I thought. Might, but because like we said earlier, you never know with Hitsu. He might wait it out. I mean, I feel like this early, like the game's really pushing you to go to. Well, I mean, yeah, but the book was quite early in Eastern, so it's not like for Hitsu it was like fire locked or anything.
Right. Although, with that Master Sword and with the book though, we can actually start getting stuff off of tablets. I mean, not that Hitsu or Zelda can do that by themselves, but the fact that we do have knowledge of where these items are. Plus, we could also get into the center entrance of on top of Pyro Castle, like the vanilla Aga Tower entrance with that Master Sword.
I kind of forgot about that. I think it was Hitsu that found out. Well, I don't think.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think Hitsu found it too. You're right. All right. Not quite a very useful big key to Ice Palace, but at least we're gonna be able to clear out the entire dungeon. I believe in this case the most amount of things that we saw in Ice Palace was just like Master Sword, and of course we got the small key to Ice Palace to make our frowning lives a little easier. and
actually Turtle Rock small key, which
right. We got another Turtle Rock key. That's right. You're right.
I mean, you never say no to the Turtle Rock small keys because then you can just use your keys pretty much. Kind of free. So.
Yeah. And it may not necessarily matter right now just because they're on, some pretty decent equipment, but especially like if you need to go kill that Pokey that's like guarding the vanilla big key chest, right? For a small key and you're on like again, bombs or maybe got like a like a fighter sword or something, it's really, really scary.
And this is kind of scary as well because Cell gets down to 3 hearts.
That is also a very good point. Yeah, you can see him. Yeah, it looks like he was trying to kind of hug the center, or sorry, like the top of the room. Just so in this case, maybe every once in a while he can kind of try and despawn the falling ice. He's definitely being very conservative though, which is really good for him because you don't want to die here.
They're beautiful.
Nice job, Zelga.
Okay, let's see what sick he got.
Oh, right. Zelga found this much earlier. We didn't have a bottle. We have some knowledge. Could be a good thing.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no to what is it called again? Pendant/crystal.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and we actually, in fact, only need one more, I guess, like pendant knowledge in order to get the rest of our crystal pendants, right? See, in that case, Skullwoods is a pendant. We found on Zelga's side, of course, that it was the green pendant on Ice Palace. I think we're just missing maybe some 5/6 crystal knowledge, but probably just in this case one more for, I guess, like what we need to beat the game.
Do we think it's a vanilla small key here in Castle Tower?
Oh my gosh! I'm gonna assume that if it is, Zelga's just gonna finish this. Oh, well,
if it is, you definitely go and do it because like. It won't be like sure if you have boots, it will be a little bit faster by movement, but I mean, you still have to do this no matter what. It's like, just get it
Oh
done
yeah,
with
that's
then.
true. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the fact that, of course, Zelga's here with the lamp too. Oh, but not a vanilla small key. We're not gonna see, you know, Aga Tower done quite yet.
I mean, we got Zelda got more bombs again.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, you know, really, like, all of the early, you know, swordless stuff that he had to do with bombs was really just practice, right? For, you know, like, some of it, all this other stuff that he was doing, like in Ice Palace, right? All the bomb jumps.
See, this is where having like a normal Dark World access is really bad for Zelda, because Zelda is getting farther and farther away from those boots.
Mm-hmm. No, that's actually a really good point. And we know in this case, right, that we saw, well, first, I guess Zelda has to go into Eastern Palace, which, again, is somewhat more questionable. But, you know, we did see that on Hitsu's side after we got the book, you know, like Swamp Palace was in this case, you know, behind the book as well.
Okay, do you think Zelda will try and go to Dark Shop Mold this time around?
Oh, maybe?
A small key
Oh
to
man,
follow.
another pod small. Alright, well, okay, so, you know, so Hitsu has 2 additional pod keys. Are you waiting out for something else? Hitsu already has a hammer. Are you waiting for a bow, maybe? The key? Are you going to go back to pod?
I mean, you definitely, in Hitsu's cases, it didn't, what is it called again? Mimiclip? I guess you're waiting for, say goodbye potion, please.
Oh, excellent point. I forgot that you could also do a potion glitch on the right side. Yeah, and that's right. He also did, you know, I think both he and Zelda also picked up the bottle that was in the back of Escape, so that also, like, is going to be, you know, available for Hitsu.
Okay, Zelda, if you follow this one, you will just end up on a mountain either way, so it's fine, just follow it.
Yeah, good job. Good job, Zelda. Alright, and looks like also Hitsu has, well, I don't know if this is I mean, this is basically just, like, I guess, on the way, close by, but looks like he's gonna go further into pod. And, you know, and of course, what would you be surprised if there was, like, you know, if there's a bow here in pod, maybe a big key to pod, inside pod.
I mean, it's gonna be something to pod inside pod, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how it works out.
Yeah,
in literally in any like key sanity mode.
Oh, all right. We're gonna start out with a very one of our most useful maps in the entire game.
I mean, didn't you know that Tower Castle is a crystal?
You know, I actually didn't know that. I don't know if we're ever gonna know that from at least Zelda and Hitsu, because again, I don't think we're gonna see a map check from either of them. So.
Oh man.
What do you think GT is? We haven't gotten the map yet, but you know, predictions.
It's definitely. It smells like a pendant.
Oh. Yeah, we probably don't have to go, you know, beat that tower today then, you know, to win the game, right? We just need the crystals. Surely nothing of value can be inside GT.
You can see a hammer jump here.
I think he ran out of pocket. So he used his key. Yeah, he used his key on the Harmless Hellway. And we actually did find a small key to GT there. So that's actually locked behind 6 pod smalls. Somewhat more interesting, I guess, maybe in terms of logic.
These are hearts?
Yeah, man, pod has really not paid out very well so far.
It is definitely a crystal, because it's not having any kind of progression items. It's definitely a crystal. And look at that, another GT small key.
Very interesting.
Interesting indeed. I mean, Hitsu can go to GT now with all the items he got and bonk inside, but it would be in logic, but it can get a lot of items.
Right, yeah. Right, we can actually get to the left side with a hammer. Of course, no one's expected to bomb jump or, you know, bonk over to the Stalfos room in the left side. But yeah, but I mean, at this point, like, Hitsu's certainly very capable of that. Yeah, but it looks like actually Hitsu's second trip into pod was very not. I mean, you know, he got a bunch of items out of it, which is great. You know, but it wasn't very, like, useful items.
Look at this. Look at this. Zelga's on his way up to the mountain.
Oh my gosh, finally! finally we're gonna go rescue the old man, and then now it's only just a matter of time before Zelda finally will get those boots. I believe the mini Moldorm cave up here.
So this is good news for Zelda as well. I mean, it sucks to get like late boots, right? But there's 2 dungeons up here you can actually beat. Back of Skull Woods, out of logic, and you can beat Desert Palace.
You are absolutely correct. Yeah. So right, and I think Desert actually should be in logic to be able to beat it, right? Yeah.
Desert is more like I guess we don't have the small key. I don't really.
Right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, we definitely do need the Desert Small Key, which we haven't found yet. But yes, like item wise, like he has a big key. He has a fire source. He should be able to do that.
So that's 2 dungeons you can clear, and you'll also get your boots up here. Does Zelda hover, by the way?
Zelda, I believe, is given attempts to hover. Like, especially in Hookshot Cave, like, he will give it 1 attempt to try and get over there, and if he, doesn't succeed, he doesn't succeed. Certainly not very consistent.
Well, hopefully it's very consistent today, so you can get something back from this. I mean, then again, Hitsu haven't really... Sure, Hitsu got some stuff that Zelda needs, but haven't found that much stuff otherwise.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Yeah, also, we do see in this case, Tafal also, our tracker, one of our trackers today, pointing out, of course, that we also do need the fire rod. What Zelda, of course, demonstrated is that, again, that is just a logical suggestion. For what it's worth, to be able to sequence break this with the lamp, Zelda did it very well, but it's probably one of, I guess, maybe on the easier side of sequence breaks. Kind of like just line yourself up, do a bomb jump over, light the torch, die, or fall into the pit, and then, just light the rest of the torches.
I'm just gonna say, pointing out, like, he didn't even kill the Gibdos, which I normally would do, because Gibdos scares me. Well, beautiful done.
Wow, yeah, I mean, Zelda got himself in a very good position with the hammer to be able to knock Moth down from the top. You can see in this case that Zelda, we've said this, time and time again, Zelda and Hitsu are, masters of execution. I mean, it's just a really good demonstration.
And speaking about Gas Tower, bonking around, bomb jumping, the Hitsu couldn't say no to it. And there's another sword.
Oh yeah, very much rewarded.
I mean, this is a pretty good start.
Oh, hey, look! We found the map of Ganis Tower. Not quite in the map chest room, which is the one in the firebar room. Maybe Hitsu's gonna go for that one as well. He does have a lot of GT small keys. It looks like it.
This is quite still getting that big key. Hey! Oh, look at that! Another 50 rupees.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all coming back to him now because he ignored 50 rupees earlier.
Exactly. Alright, okay, so you think this is going to be 3 for 3 pendants on Zelka's side. He is in the back of Desert. We don't have the map. So we're gonna find out in this case when if it's gonna be a crystal or pendant. We of course already defeated Ice Palace on Zelka's side. That was a green pendant. He just finished Skull Woods. That was also another pendant. Thank you, Bimos.
I'm gonna say it is a crystal.
All right. You're probably right. Because there's only one more pendant out there in like the however many dungeons we have left. But of course, I was gonna say, like, knowing Crosskeys, though, it could just throw the 3rd pendant at you.
I mean, it would surprise me one bit, but I mean, really? Like, 3 pendants? Yeah. Oh, bomb Belamo. I did that yesterday, so...
Nice!
I'm so happy to see it again.
Yeah, no, Zelda knows how to be, pull out some pretty creative resourcing here on, and on Landmos. I know that he was really looking forward to doing this with the bow. He actually isn't. But it would have been a very great treat for the rest of us to see.
Yeah, Hitsu picking up Ice Rod in Random Room.
Yeah, Zelda would have probably preferred to have the Ice Rod for that fight. Hey, look at that. Just a little over the hour mark, we have our first crystal pickup.
Even though Zelda doesn't have any boots yet, has actually cleared more dungeons than Hitsu.
Yeah, this is Zelga's 3rd dungeon that he's cleared. I believe Hitsu is not on the scoreboard yet.
Who even needs to clear dungeons anyways?
Yeah,
when you have
exactly.
boots? It's overrated anyways.
Yeah, I mean, we just need to clear out the crystals, and you know, we don't know if GT is a crystal or pendant yet, so I guess we're gonna see.
Definitely pendant. It had an ice rod, so.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Alright, this is gonna be boost for Zelda, finally. Very happy now, at least to see it. So now he's gonna be able to move fast. Hitsu also kind of demonstrating that, you know, it is, especially for Armos, no other, you know, no Kena Burna, no Kena Samaria, well, no bow, of course. You know, this is probably going to be, you know, one of the best fights with Sword Beam. So really nicely done, actually, on Hitsu's side.
Sword Beams is pretty overpowered in this game. Oh, Small Kid Turok and Big Kid Meyer.
Interesting.
I mean, we're not gonna say no to a well, big key to a dungeon. I mean, then again, it could be a pendant, but then again, it could maybe not be a pendant.
Right, right. Alright, so it looks like that was Zelga's 1 attempt. Oh, he's gonna try again, maybe? Nope, that was Zelga's 1 attempt, and he looks like, I think he saw this connector. Maybe he just wants to go through it.
Yeah, Zelga, so you remember when you were swimming around the Lake Hylia entrance? That's when you're gonna get spit out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
He definitely came here early, yeah, but I don't know if he wants to go somewhere else. Like, I mean, so this is actually kind of like the interesting part about Crosskeys, especially with no flute yet. You know, overworld travel is actually very, very interesting. Like, you have to be pretty efficient.
This also makes sense because he hasn't done these checks down here, so he wants to get these. Well, okay.
Okay, we're just. Maybe he wants to take care of something here in North. I
think he's gonna do the bong. What is it called now again?
Oh, the bonk rocks. Hmm. Alright, Hitsu, gonna adjust a little bit behind Zelda in terms of clearing out Ice Palace. He does not know, of course. I don't think he saw Saha yet, so I don't think he knows in this case it's gonna be a pendant. But I think in this case, after this, he's gonna be on Tempered Sword, because that's where Zelda found his Master Sword. And so Cold Stare should be definitely much safer for him. Even, of course, having the boots, right? Should be, you know, I certainly would expect a pretty textbook fight from him.
Yeah, Temper Sword Cold Stare is a lot nicer. Let's just say it like that. It's a lot nicer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then also just having.
I mean, he's on Blue Mail as well, so.
Oh right. We did pick that. We did pick up Blue Mail in GT. I think it also be. Yeah. Yeah. It looks like he checked Sick Kid. Yeah, of course, I think we just found out it was a map to Swamp Palace. Yeah, it looks like maybe Zelda, he had something in mind, he's like, oh no, though, like, I think I forgot about Sick Kid, and so he was just picking a very small detour so he doesn't isolate it.
He already done all the other stuff up there, so he will probably not do anything in this area. Oh yeah, Saha was down there. Oh, Big Key.
Ooh.
Hello.
Eastern my gosh, Zelda finding a Big Key to Eastern. Wow.
Okay, I'm pretty sure whenever Zelda finds Eastern that he will actually do Eastern.
Will he actually go in? I mean, so Zelda is very much a proponent of having both the bow and the Big Key. We're gonna have to see. I'm still very curious in this case.
Well, I mean, hello. I mean,
never mind. He's definitely going in. I wholeheartedly agree with you that Zelga's definitely going in once he finds Eastern.
Well, I mean,
that is amazing. Okay. That is amazing.
Zelda is probably laughing to everybody that's being like, "Oh, why do you even dip the Eastern without Big Key and bow?"
Yeah,
he wins again. He wins again.
He has an eye. You know, maybe this is part of Zelda's secret as well. He's like, you know, I don't want to dip Eastern Palace, you know, without the bow and the Big Key. So I'm just not gonna find it until I get the Big Key and the bow. Yeah, this is some Zelda galaxy braiding right here.
So here's the thing for Zelga's side. He doesn't admire Big Key, but it's not a big deal so far. We do know based on the little T in the corner of the magic bar that Mire is actually a crystal dungeon as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
right.
He won't be able to check the big chest here, which is like not a big deal.
Yeah. No, that's definitely true. And right now, like, I mean, I'm gonna assume in this case, if Hitsu had the Kano Samari, he would have gone to the back and cleared out the dungeon. But it's just because, like, so Hitsu having the big key to Mire in this case is like, one additional check basically over Zelda. So probably not gonna be a big deal. Probably.
Unless it's like a vanilla big key, so Kano Samaria.
Samaria, that would be kind of mean. Although not, outside the realm of possibility for a Crosskey seed.
Let's say it, even though Zelga was like super late to the boots, it doesn't seem like Zelga is like lost that much time to Hitsu, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I mean, so Zelda, again, you look at the scoreboard, right, in terms of dungeons completed, right? So the fact that he did delay Death Mountain meant that he was able to basically clear out, 3 dungeons, basically, or at least 2 dungeons up there, while Hitsu basically had to, he has to go back now with the lamp, right? And so he has made some very good progress.
This is why you don't want to challenge Zelga in the Crosskeys. Too strong. Too strong.
Yeah, this is I mean, Zelda made it all the way to the semis last year in Crosskeys. I think he is consistently, I mean, he must have like at least one Crosskeys title, probably in ladder. But I mean, he is such a strong rando player, that even when it looks, even when things look dire, or their darkest, Zelda always finds a way out.
I need to actually look into Zelga's stats if he's pull one out of the bag here. It's the interesting stuff.
Yeah, we also did find another pod key in Mire, so gonna be a little bit more access potentially. Alright, Hitsu. Dropping into Cold Stair. He's got the Tempered Sword. Looks like some version of Slashes. Not maybe quite the spin that he wanted initially. But at least, you mentioned this earlier though, Alex. Like, he's got Blue Mail, he's got Temper, so he can actually do a good amount of spins as well. And he can also take a couple of hits if he really needs to.
Okay, so Zelga actually have 2 titles on the ladder for Crosskeys, so.
Oh, he has 2. Okay, so he's won multiple seasons of Crosskeys even.
If I go back to back, season 4 and season 5.
Zelga's so he's so good.
Hitsu actually got a overall champion 2 times, so you don't play around with Hitsu.
No, I mean, exactly. You talk about Hitsu, being very creative, somewhat unpredictable in what his actions are, but it's really hard to argue with results, man.
Strong players all around, both of them. I mean, they are 4-0, so
exactly. All right, so yeah, still no Castle Tower small key from the right side or the bowlock side of Pod, because Hitsu 1 doesn't have a bow, but he also didn't go back to it with the bottle. So we're just gonna be able to have to get this one single arrow, and then just have to leave those 3 bombs for, I guess, when we come back and eventually beat the dungeon.
I wonder what Hitsu's play. I would expect him to maybe go to Swamp, since he's right here, but I mean, never mind.
He also does have Mire open. I mean, you mentioned earlier, right? So he does have the Mire big key, and so we did see Zelda in this case not get I think much of outside of Mire other than another pod key, but that could be also something available to him.
I feel like this seed is like pointing them to go to Swamp at this point. Like, it feels like just go there.
Yeah, we got a lot. We got basically everything for Swamp like super early, right? And especially, he knows that Zelda probably wouldn't dip, Eastern. Like, so he might be just trying to press his book advantage.
Big key.
Oh, to Pod. Ooh. Okay. I was like, is he leaving after that? Maybe he forgot he had Swamp Small. But that is a really nice big key. Actually, so I think in this case, he needs another pod key, which you'll probably find in Meyer or somewhere along the way, but, you know, with, of course, that big key with the eventual bow that he's going to pick up from Saha, we do have a clearable pod on our hands.
Yeah, I mean, Zelga's not that far away from being able to... I mean, Zelga will pick up, I think, where was Eastern Palace? It was here in Dark World, at least. I do remember that, but I don't really remember where it was.
Yeah. Dark Lake Fair. Oh, right, yeah. Thank you, Topfile. Yes, one of our trackers. Right, because Hitsu, I think, ended up doing that part. Yeah, he wanted to basically finish off those, the Dark Lake area before heading off to another connector. So speaking of those, so Zelda, unfortunately, has not found the dam, because, well, he doesn't have the book behind Desert Palace entrance, nor mirror, nor flute, nor myths or anything, but he is going to find Eastern Palace.
You can actually clear it in one go, which is really super
which,
nice.
I mean, never mind, we're going to check Lake Hylia first. but you are absolutely correct. Any time when I think Zelda can clear out Eastern Palace in one go is going to be a good seed for him. Oh,
probably just gonna end up being... It's just probably just gonna end up being the last pennant anyway, so...
Oh, but Hitsu has a... Man, so Hitsu found the fire rod in Swamp Palace compass chest, so that was actually a pretty valuable dip.
Yeah, it kind of felt like this seed. Like, you got so many items, like, or stuff pointing towards Swamp. Like, Pod Big Key... Fire Rod, I mean, it's already paying off.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. So of course now Skull Woods now is at least with the Fire Rod, we actually have an item, you know, logical accessibility.
We actually have one entrance up there.
Oh right, we actually have the back Skull Woods too. And of course, I don't know. I guess we're still looking for that mirror. I was gonna suggest that maybe Hitsu can also check pedestal while he's there, but yeah, if we're gonna go through the Dark World though, we definitely need a mirror in order to get to Ped.
Yeah, and like Topfile is also pointing out, we still haven't seen any Turtle Rock entrances. It's 1 hour 20 minutes in.
Yeah,
we have checked so many entrances already. It's quite silly at this point.
Yeah, and right, and so, you know, oftentimes, right, especially, you know, so Turtle Rock, of course, is a very popular connector in Crosskeys, right? And yeah, it is certainly very surprising that we haven't really seen anything.
Okay, outfit check. This is something we haven't seen so far. And left side swamp, so there's a lot of stuff going on. Okay, yeah. Compass.
Yeah, Zelga's not even gonna bother with a compass, but yeah, we're also seeing kind of, I mean, you know, this is very reasonable, and also very expected, you know, for basically everyone who comes into Swamp Palace, but his was also kind of demonstrating that you would really like, in this case, you know, a hook shot, so you don't have to, you know, dive down twice.
You're just gonna do it like the NMG style.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, except you don't jump down on the left side of the elbow. Hey, look at that key, which doesn't unlock. I mean, it puts that one puts Spy Cave into logic, which also puts that bow into logic as well.
Yeah, I think we also did find Bumper Cave as a connector. I don't remember if we saw the other side.
Yeah, I haven't been able to keep up at all with all the entrances. They're like these two have been like everywhere at this point.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's on the laser Turtle Rock Bridge, right?
Yes. All right. So we're gonna find out, at least on Zelga's side, whether or not Eastern Palace is going to be the last pendant or crystal, or at least, you know, we're gonna see at least if it's a crystal pendant. But again, you know, Zelga is very happy finding Eastern Palace with the big key and the bow.
Okay, it's gonna be spicy. Okay, Meyer big key is not logic yet, but it could still, that big chest could still have something huge.
Yeah, and right, you know, at this point, right, we're not quite at the 90-minute mark, but, you know, and we do have a good amount of stuff. However, we're also still missing, you know, a good amount of stuff too, right? We don't have a mirror, we don't have a Canis Maria, we don't have a hook shot. I mean, a flute would be nice. Where are mitts? You know, like, we're still missing like a lot of stuff.
We're missing plenty of stuff. No Cane of Samaria, no like hook shot. Like it's where's all the progression in this scene?
Exactly. Yeah, like we need something else right now to kind of like open things up. Zelda demonstrating why it's nice to have a bow. I will certainly give him that. Alright, so we're gonna come up here on a couple of new checks. Well, namely, exactly 2. We're gonna see what, in this case, the Eastern Palace big chest has, and then we're also gonna see what Armos has.
Show me mitts.
Oh,
okay,
I mean, that is that's pretty dang good.
It's not mitts, but it is another. Yeah, it's another dungeon that Zelda can do in one go.
Yeah, this is actually, man, I mean, and again, you know, like, this is, Zelda, you know, looked, you know, maybe, like, especially with those earlier deaths, right, it just kind of bleeding a little bit of time, you know, next to Hitsu, and then not getting those boots early because you didn't quite get to Death Mountain early, but I mean, the fact that how this is, we're at the mid-game now, and the fact that Zelda's sequencing for all of this is going to have them single dip Eastern Palace and Swamp Palace versus Hitsu's double dip. I mean, like, it is very well done on Zelda's side.
This is paying off huge for Zelda at this point. I mean, there's still a lot of stuff out there, but I mean, it's definitely looking pretty solid for Zelda at this point.
Yeah, no, I mean, Zelda definitely has a lot of like positive momentum right now. Although, you know, like, but Hitsu though, I mean, he has done a lot of stuff that Zelda still needs to go do, and it's not like any of this time is gonna be wasted.
No,
it just
yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see.
Oh, there was.
It's gonna be interesting to see whenever Zelda explores the Desert Palace main entrance to see the dam.
Right. I mean, he does have the book, so he might go chase the book stuff. Although that hook shot though might distract him a bit. He will definitely go back to Hookshot Cave, probably on the sooner side because there are going to be 3 more items available for him.
Yeah, and also it's pretty fast to go back to Hookshot Cave.
Not quite the quick kill on the last Armos, but it is a crystal, so that is going to be 1 more on Zelda's side for the scoreboard.
That's 2 crystals, 2 pendants.
Yeah. Again, Zelda is super efficient when it comes to basically clearing out these things. And again, you know, like he's got, as you mentioned, 4 dungeons. We're also apparently doing map checks, which is, you know, sight to see, of course, on both runners. But also, you know, like for Hitsu, right, he really still only has 1 dungeon cleared. This is, I believe, very good. Oh no. So Hitsu needs to go to Light World Shopping Mall in order to go get his Saha and bow. Is that correct?
Yeah, right. Yeah, the Spike Cave got the thing.
Right. Yeah, and they were like right next door to each other. So right. So I think at this point, Hitsu probably needs to go over there sooner rather than later, just because we know that a good amount of stuff is, you know, locked by, in this case, the bow and Eastern Palace big key.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Pod is a 3rd pendant, so hopefully we don't need to go back to Pod. Question mark?
That's.
Oh wow!
Oh my gosh, dude, those are. So this is Cane of Samaria as well. All right, so that is going to be another. Well, okay, so Zelda still needs Meyer Biki. But that is with the hook shot, right? Like that is well, something that Hitsu still needs to go get.
It's like Zelda's hit the point where it's just like you just find all the progression, and whenever you start finding that, it's pretty hard to like stop because like Zelda's just on a roll. Another pod small. We don't want to see that because
we're getting a lot of pods. Okay, so do we have all the keys now to Turtle Rock? Oh my gosh, wow. And we have silvers. All right, so so that bow in Spike Cave is definitely required. I mean, I don't think Hitsu hovers at all, but you know, given where the Eastern Palace big key is.
Okay, this is wow. Let me just say it like this. It's wow at this point.
Yeah, suddenly also, Zelda was, on 0 swords, right? Trying to get bombs, using bombs to get through Spiral Cave, getting through Skull Woods, with basically nothing, and then all of a sudden, or not maybe all of a sudden, but now we're on Tempered Sword and Silvers on Zelda's side. Alright, this might be Light World Shopping Mall now, or Ice Rock Cave area for Hitsu. Or
this could Oh yeah, he's gonna go up to the mountain and beat the dungeons up there.
Oh, okay. Oh, right, yeah. No mitts, no flutes, means we haven't actually seen the mire area either.
Yeah, we haven't seen a single connector going there. I mean, there's probably some connector. Well, we do have Bumper Cave, like you mentioned earlier. That is connector that led up to the thing. I don't remember how the way up went to the Rock Bridge, but Bumper Cave could still lead to my area at this point.
Right. Yeah. I mean, right, and just kind of have this in this of seeing like where the things are. With Samaria, Zelga's also going to be able to do the right side of GT as well. That is something that we definitely did not see on Hitsu's side. I mean, I think the rest of this, we got an Ice Rod out of this, and which I guess we now know that Turtle Rock is a crystal, so definitely going to be required. But I think we're going to see some newer stuff on Zelda's side soon. Oh, right, and of course, okay, so Hitsu's gonna gain a little bit of time over Zelda for his Landmost fight, just because we've got, maybe not the most amount of magic, but we got a couple rods. We also have Gold Sword, so is like, a spin, and a couple shots, maybe here and there, are definitely gonna be faster than the bombs and like the hammer.
I mean, it was, even though it was kind of slow for Zelda, just seeing the bomb strats.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. Zelda definitely has style. And all is just like knowledge and know-how to actually even place those bombs. Because you ever tried them? Like, the timing is surprisingly tricky.
It's not the easiest thing, to say the least. It's quite the experience to do it.
Yeah. Alright, that is dungeon number, or crystal number 1, I guess, on Hitsu's side. It's going to be dungeon number 3 completed. Again, Gold Sword with the Fire Rod. It's going to be, hopefully going to be a pretty quick fight. Zelda, though, did a very, very nice job with his hammer fight. Speaking of, though, with the Silvers, going to be faster than Hitsu's Sword Beam kill.
Oh, right. We actually have silver arrows.
Yeah, Zelda went from 0 bows to 2 bows in like the span of, I don't know, 5 minutes. Too bad the prize behind GT wasn't, I don't know. That's right, he needed Mire big. That's very important. So right, so Zelda now is gonna be able to complete Mire. Oh man, yeah. I mean, again, like the fact that Zelda is just able to sequence break all of these, basically sequence single dip dungeons, all of them, right? Is just really, really good for Zelda.
And that is what Zelda needs. Well, Zelda needs after his shaky start, but I don't think Zelda is that shaky anymore after that.
Yeah, I thought we weren't gonna do the shake our most shake storage something. That would actually be pretty cool, but we got real boots, so who cares?
Oh yeah, who cares about that stuff?
Alright, is this gonna be Hitsu's trip over to Ice Rock Cave area?
I don't think he's checked Mini Modern Cave entrance yet. Or maybe he did.
Maybe he did, because he's definitely running straight over it. So looks like this is gonna be when Hitsu gets his Eastern Palace Big Key and his bow, so he is, at least that's gonna be a next point of direction for him.
Hopefully Hitsu does Spike Cave. Hopefully.
Yes, that is very important. He does have the hammer. He does have a lot of health and invincibility. So I think we got a mushroom out of tile room, which looks like Zelda is not interested, at least in doing anymore. He also does have, I think at this point, at least one clearable crystal dungeon to his name. We do, of course, know that Swamp Palace is available to him. But of course, he needs to go and to, I think you mentioned earlier, Desert Main Entrance in order to get to the dam.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't have GT Small? Oh, never mind. Maybe he missed one.
Where? Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is cleaning up a mystery mire for Zelda here. Getting another crystal.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of almost forgot that. Oh yeah, it's here. It's
That's
just
right,
here in
yeah. Oh, that's a really good point. Right. Yeah, it looks like actually, yeah, like, both our trackers, Daruk and Talfile and Incoherent, bringing up that yes, that's right. So right, two GT small keys were in the back of pods. One was in Dark Maze and one was behind. One was in Harmless Hellway. And yeah, Hitsu had actually gone there, I guess, a second time when he had a couple more extra pod keys. So certainly not surprising that Zelda does not have them.
Is Hitsu going to Eastern Palace?
He definitely has another clearable crystal to his name, so yes, good thing he remembers. Alright, so this is gonna be when Hitsu also grabs his hookshot. So I'm gonna assume that after he gets his hookshot, he's gonna finish Swamp Palace.
I mean, I would be very surprised if he did not do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I guess like yeah, right, and I guess in this case like the value of the cape that was found in Left Side Swamp might be slightly delayed. I guess I don't know if we're ever gonna see the other side of Bumper cave connector. But I think like logically speaking, right, we needed some sort of invincibility item, and that the cave very well could have just been the thing that unlocked the Bow and Spike cave.
It's gonna be interesting to see whenever Zelda needs to get over to Desert Palace as soon as possible. Not the actual dungeon, just like the entrance.
Right. And I guess like I don't know if he so no flutes makes it a little bit less appealing. No mirror in order to maybe get there from the from the dark world, let's say. Maybe you want to combine Bombo's tablet and also checking desert area. But yes, that is certainly true. He does need to go over there to get the dam.
That's a dumb spot for a dam, to be honest.
that is true. We're in the middle of the desert. It's like, are we not in like a big drought? I feel like the dam is very expensive to maintain in that area.
It's very isolated there,
yes.
So it's like it got good protection against the heat, I guess. Good isolation and all that stuff.
You would think you would want some sort of oasis though, I don't know, you want the water to be cool, right?
yeah. We should probably put ice plus right next to it, just
exactly. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
All right, another crystal for Zelda, but where is Turtle Rock? Where's Thieves Town? Where's Tarfera?
Yeah, that's actually a great point. We got the Hera big key so early in the game, right? And we're like, okay, yeah, you don't have to worry about Hera pot. We got the big key. We basically just beat the dungeon, and then hour and a half later, we're like, where are these dungeons?
I'm starting to think that they do not exist anymore.
Alright, so we did see in this case Hitsu immediately running over to Swamp Palace. Very, very reasonable. He can also get the last 4 chests in the back here. I guess technically no silver, so his phase 4 might be slightly slower than maybe just the 2 fire rod shots and the spin. I don't think it matters at this point.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
There's always a few people who are a bit, goodness. Sorry, I seem to have forgotten to mute myself. Apologies if I've been saying things I am looking at a few
Alright,
different
let's see what the Dire Down just
I
has.
was dealing with something in another Discord, and I may be talking out loud if I have apologies. Okay, just the one time.
Small key to pod.
Discussing something else. Sorry about that.
How many small? Is that like 5 small keys, or is that like all? That has to be like all the small keys we have found.
Yeah, that definitely seems like it. Oh, another
Other
small key to ice. Thank you. Thanks, game. That's a.
I'm gonna assume that. Oh yeah, right. I was gonna say, oh, Zelga's gonna beat Pod here, but
He does not have the pod big. Looks
Yeah.
like though, yeah. Alright, so we did find in this case a very, very useless map in the vanilla big key chest. Yeah, and I guess, yeah, Hitsu hasn't gone back with the pod big key either, so we don't know what's in the big chest, nor do we know what's on Helmasaur. But of course, I believe now both runners, also according to Daruk and Tafel doing all the tracking for us, that both runners do know pod is a pendant. Well, especially this case, Zelda seeing the P, I don't know if he is maybe as eager in order to complete this dungeon. Oh, but that is a very requisite big key that we see on Argus, the big key to Thieves Town.
Thieves Town we haven't found yet.
That is also very true. But of course we do know that Thieves Town is a crystal, so we are going to need it at some point.
I wonder
Yeah,
what's
so-
gonna unlock Thieves, to be honest.
Mhm.
Like, where is? I don't know. Maybe that connector through Bumper Cave leads to the stuff we need.
Yeah, that very well could be, right? And again, like, I think we still need some bigger, like, another item, I guess, that kind of opens up a lot more access to us, right? Like a mirror, for example, would unlock a good amount of stuff. Myths would also give us a couple extra locations, of course, opening up Smith Chain as well. Like, I guess, you know, we can also get GT Big Key maybe from somewhere. Also, that would also unlock, like, Upper GT, for example, also GT Big Chest. You know, basically, like, give us more more options for items so we can go unlock more entrances.
Hopefully Hitsu finds his Kinesumari here soon, so he can show us the right side of GT.
Mm-hmm.
Because there could be progression there.
Yeah, no,
Something we
right,
need.
exactly.
Maybe a flute amidst, I don't know, near.
Yeah, and also could just be that, you know, the Meyer area could just basically be the rest of our entrances because, well, we don't have access there yet, but I mean, there are a good number there. And we're kind of running out of entrances here in, you know, both light and dark world that we have access to.
Actually, looking at Zelga's tracker right now, there's not many green stuff left. Like, he's been everywhere at this point.
Yeah, I think also, I mean, Hitsu also doesn't have a map tracker displayed, but I believe also Hitsu also does not have very many options left to him. That is his Kana Samaria though, so I think he's gonna at least go finish Meyer.
Yeah, that would make sense. Maybe go and check out Right Side GT here soon as well.
Yeah, that's also right. So yeah, kind of between all of this, you know, so like Zelda certainly did have a much rougher early game, took a good number of probably premature deaths, just being on low health, bad enemy RNG, something that's just uncomfortable. But yeah, like, and then he's kind of gained up actually a good amount of time in the mid game, you know, just being able to sequence things well and single dip a bunch of dungeons. But I kind of at this point, maybe, you know, both runners are, you know, maybe relatively, you know, even.
Yeah, because it's definitely even because Zelga is going exactly where Zelga needs to go right now.
Yeah, right. And so Zelga, of course, also has a Meyer clear over Hitsu, and Hitsu probably right now is going over to Meyer. And of course, and again, we're still missing, you know, 3 dungeons worth of you know, crystals that we still have to go find. So it's still very like kind of like up in the air where these, you know, where this race is gonna go.
I think there's like we still have. Well, we don't have all the pod keys for any. Well, Hitsu has all of them, but we have pod. We have pod left. Pod big chest. We have Helma. We have Let me think here. We had the bumper cave connection and the right side GT. I think that's like pretty much all we have left at this point.
We do have. Right, we do actually have pedestal for what it's worth. If we end up
that was like where I was leaning towards to say, but I didn't want to mention the word pedestal.
Okay, you know what? I think that's absolutely fair. That is also very true. I also like how Zelda, like, he took a peek at what was the sunken treasure. He saw it, like, you know, it's like you take a peek at Lumberjack, right? And you see like the bottom like 2 pixels, and you're just like, nope, I don't need it. And then he saw like the top 2 pixels, and then he just left.
It's like, yeah, I don't need more rupees in
exactly.
this series. Oh yeah, we haven't found a potion shop, right? Or did we find that one earlier?
I don't think so. I don't remember seeing it.
I just realized we have the mushroom tower room. But...
Right. Oh yeah, that is something that we can do as well. Yeah. All right, so there is big key to pod for Zelda. I'm gonna assume at this point, you know, Zelda's still looking for stuff, so he is going to full clear out the dungeon. He's not gonna skip left side. I think all in all, Hitsu's probably gonna come out still just a little bit ahead. But again, we're still looking for stuff, right? Lots and lots of stuff.
We're looking for dungeons, and we're looking for one thing as well: a castle tower small key.
Oh yeah.
Which could be anywhere.
Which can be anywhere, yes. Yeah, Castle Tower Small Keys are probably some of the most elusive items in the entire game. But again, you know, so because we're running out of entrances, you know, that we have available to us, Hitsu, unfortunately, running out of arrows. Probably didn't quite notice his arrow count before coming in here. But he's got gold swords, though. But I think if he noticed earlier, he probably would have tried to save some arrows for the second phase of Vitrios.
It's fine. Butter sword takes care of the big guy. And look at that, you just get,
exactly.
you just get your arrows anyways.
But yeah, like, even though we technically need like one item, you know, which Castle Tower Small Key, but we still need to go find more entrances, and we're kind of missing. We're probably gonna need at least one more item that will give us more access to entrances.
Yeah, like. Sure, Mitz would give us a few locations, but it's not many, so I'm starting to think maybe Mir at this point.
Yeah, it sounds like maybe Mir, and maybe like Mitz and Flute, right? In order to get us over to the, at least, you know, like Meyer's Shed, right? Like Meyer area. I don't think we had a connector spit us out on like Desert Ledge or anything like that.
Nope, nothing at all at this point.
Yeah, and so it sounds like we do have. Man, we have things open to us. It's just like you kind of have to make some good decisions, or some lucky decisions, and hope that the ones that you make are where the items are.
And this is quite. I feel like it's quite interesting that we still had to find. Like, let me think. Turtle Rock, that's 4 entrances that you can find, and we haven't found any Turtle Rock entrances. Like, how rare is that?
Yeah, exactly. We're almost 2 hours in, right? And we have seen no sign, in this case, of Turtle Rock. We are going to get a new entrance, though, on Hitsu's side. Quite the trek, by the way, in order to get to North Dark Worlds. But we are going to see the back of Skull Woods with the Fire Rod that Zelga's going to pick up here in just a couple seconds.
Does Turtle Rock even exist in the seed? Like, I mean...
Yeah, we should ask the devs to see if the seed is broken. Because apparently, you know, it's so, again, unexpected to not see Turtle Rock here at all.
And it's probably just going to end up being here at Skull Woods back.
Alright, we'll see. It is not.
I was trying to do the thing I did earlier with the glove, but, I mean, it didn't work out this time. So, never mind.
Yeah.
I feel like it's starting to, like, it's pointing towards, like, I hate to say it, but pedestal / GT right side.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really have much we can do at this point, other than those things that you just listed.
Yeah, it's probably gonna end up being something really dumb, like, I don't know. You do right side GT, you find nothing, then you, like, you pull pedestal and there's GT big key. Like, yay!
Oh my gosh, no. Yeah, that is man, yeah, we're kind of getting to a point where, you know, at the seed where it's like, what is the next thing that's going to, you know, open things up for us? You're gonna hope in this case that it is an actual item, right? That will actually get us something, right? Like mirror, mitts, you know, something like that. Versus, as you just, you know, pointed out, right? Like, oh, look, here's the GT big key, so you can go climb, you know, GT, you know, for something else, and those will also then lead you to like the mitts or something like that.
I mean, we do have 2 items behind Aga 2, so...
Oh, that's true. We do know the uncle is back there.
I wouldn't rule it out at this point, but I mean...
That's true, yep.
We're like 2 hours into the seed soon, and we're pretty much stuck here.
Mm-hmm. Alright, this is gonna be...
Like, this is gonna be, like, interesting, like, who will pick the right choice here. Like,
yeah, that is 100% true. Alright, and I think actually this is gonna be Hitsu beating Helmasaur. Yeah, he's back in pod for the 3rd time. He's certainly still got stuff from, you know, both his previous times in here. But I don't know if it feels really great in order to triple dip the dungeon.
I mean, I like... It's never fun to triple dip, but then again in Crosskeys you kind of have to do it from time to time. Or like any increased sanity mode, anyways.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, the hope in this case, you know, I think maybe we got a little bit spoiled on Zelga's side, right? Is that he was able to single dip so many dungeons. It was just kind of like awe-inspiring to see. But I think, you know, it's easy to kind of forget perspective, and that probably the norm of Crosskeys, Key Sanity, entrance, you know, go there multiple times.
Just like Zelda and Hitsu is just gonna do the same thing.
Yeah. You know, I was actually wondering if maybe Zelda wanted to do GT instead of coming here, because he did get like the GT smalls, I think from the backup pod, versus coming back here again.
I mean, I don't know, and like either way, like it's gonna suck either way. It's like
that's true.
I mean, imagine if GT Big Key's here and you,
yeah.
Like I said, I mean, it's better to play it safe, or like maybe Mirror's here.
Oh man, if Mira is here, we're gonna go. Actually, then Zelda actually might have a little bit more efficient path to go to the back of Skull Woods, or at least, you know, to be able to just blind pull pad at that point.
Yeah. Well, there's another small key.
Castle Tower? GT.
Yeah, Tower.
Great.
Exactly what these 2 runners want to find.
Yeah. Well, so I guess we have all 4 GT small keys, so we just need a big key to be able to get us upstairs.
It's just gonna be in pod big chest here.
Oh, right. We do have pod big chest. I forgot about pod big chest. That's right. Hitsu did the Bolok side, did middle big key chest, and then he was right there to go to Helmasaur, so he's just basically going to... he had to come back here. I think Zelda... sounded like he did the same thing. So he probably also come back here for pod big chest too.
Yeah.
Alright, Hitsu, he looking like okay, bomb jump. Good old 3 bombs. Right, okay. Okay, are you pulling pedestal? It is like another, I don't know, minute in order to get over there.
He's going for GT.
Makes sense.
If he was going for pedestal, he would just save and quit and go to start a Sanctuary.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is very true. Sanctuary is at Magic Bat location, so gonna be pretty fast run up there.
Yeah, this seed sucks.
This seed, you know, was actually pretty decent, I would say, for the most part. But yeah, we're kind of, again, like but it's gotten to the point where we're really, really bottlenecked into finding the next thing that we need.
So I expect the tire room here, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hitsu, right? Hitsu didn't come here with the Cane of Samaria, and we saw that on the Zelga side. But Zelga, on the flip side, didn't have any of the GT small keys that Hitsu has.
Oh yeah, what are you doing? Oh, okay, it's Death Warping, never mind. I was like, what are you doing? You have already done checks in here.
Yeah. Do we want to see the mirror at this point? I mean, we're probably going to see the mirror. It's just that, having the mirror this late, and the fact that these guys have both been everywhere, it's like all of the mirror checks are kind of, far, in different corners of the world.
I mean, I'd rather find mirror instead of myths and having to
that's true.
Mm-hmm. Because Smith Chain is like,
you're definitely right about that. Yeah,
like mirrorless Smith. Ugh.
Mirrorless, fluteless Smith Chain. Like that is pretty awful.
I don't even remember where the Smith is, but.
Alright, what are these new checks finally in Compass Room? Half magic? Okay.
Oh no, it's pedestal! I think it's pedestal.
Wow. Dude, yeah, exactly. Like, what do we even have left at this point? Speaking of, though, yeah, I think this is where Zelga's going, right? This is, we're gonna get some pretty dang close blind, they better be blind pull checks, by the way. I certainly would not expect Zelda and Hitsu to do something different. This is pretty amazing.
This is something else this
yeah, something else, exactly.
It looked like promising in the beginning when Zelda got like big key, small key, can do this dungeon first, and now it's just like, dude, this is...
Yeah, this is quite the development. Oh my gosh. Alright, Hitsu also getting a little bit bullied here. Going on this pedestal can delay his trip, but good job, Zelda, for not reading. What do we have here on the pedestal? It is...
Oh no!
Oh my god! Vicky! Oh my gosh! Alright,
no.
I think Alex, maybe we could keep the rest of our comments to ourselves for the rest of the seed. What do you think?
I mean, I kind of felt like, no.
Yeah, what a pull. Alright, so back to GT we go. Both of these guys, especially Hitsu, since he literally was just right there.
I mean, if you're Hitsu, do you skip the big chest and just do the climb, or?
Oh, so actually, honestly, I would actually think that Zelda's gonna do the climb right now. I don't think he'll do right side. Never mind, he's gonna do right side. Or
I think it's gonna do full right side to big chest and then do the climb.
Oh, and then climb. Oh yeah, I think for maybe Hitsu's position, I think you just forget about the big key, the big chest, and you just climb. And we have all four GT small keys as well. Like, that is a lot of time investment right now, like, for just one check, right? And of course, Zelda has more reason to do so because he hasn't, done right side yet.
So, for Hitsu, you really want the stuff to be in the climb?
Yeah.
If you're Zelda, you want it to be in the big chest.
Yeah, because
you don't have to be fine.
Yeah. And of course it still depends on what this one thing is, that's on the climb or in GT Big Chest, right? If it's the mirror, we're still looking for a lot of stuff. I mean, one-off checks that can happen, of course, can still certainly bleed time if they're not the right thing, or they're not the thing we're looking for.
I mean, even if this is like mirror here, which I kind of expect it's gonna be, they're gonna have to check every single mirror locked location,
right?
To find the stuff they need. So like, it's not gonna be fast and easy breeze to find Turtle Rock, Thieves Town, and all that stuff. Like, there's still a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah. All right. What's the moment of truth here? It is just 20 rupees. So Hitsu is safe. He is getting really bullied here in the gauntlet. Despite being on blue mail.
We have to keep in mind. We have to keep in mind as well. We're still looking for the Castle Tower Small, so.
Oh, yeah, that's also a really good point as well. In all of this excitement, we're like, yeah, we still need to go find 3 entrances to dungeons that we haven't seen any part of. Like no Thieves Town, no Hera, despite having basically stuff so early for it, and nothing for Turtle Rock. Like there are 4 available entrances for Turtle Rock, right? And we've seen nothing. Hitsu remembering at least he does want a couple arrows, which is good for him. I think he does have he has at least 1 potion, I think, still left. Maybe. Zelda bought 1. I don't. But I mean, like, I'm hoping that Hitsu is at least somewhat safe. Speaking of safe, though, Zelda unfortunately getting knocked off in the Ganon Ballroom.
Like the Rook is saying in our tracker, one of the trackers, this turned out to be all dungeons Crosskeys.
Oh yeah, that's true. We did, yeah, because Ganon is behind Lumberjack today, so we're definitely gonna need both Castle Tower Small Keys. We're still searching for the other one. And yeah, it looks like pedestal was required because GT Big Key was on the pedestal, and we're still missing 3 crystal entrances. So, hey,
sure.
Oh, look, that's our next. Hooray! Normally you're really happy to find the mirror. I mean, maybe it's still okay, but we've gone 2 hours without this mirror. I think we could probably live without it for the rest of the siege.
I mean, the best part with this is like you do Aga 2, and then you can just check all. Oh, never mind. We already checked those central. Never mind. What are you doing, Hitsu?
What does he? I don't know what he wanted to do.
I think he wanted mirror.
Right, but like he was slashing the door or something. I don't know. He had a GT small key to open the door. Like he knows there are 3 items back here. Maybe he. Oh wow. Great. Okay, let's not think about that chest. Maybe it won't be required. We haven't found Hera yet. You know, for all we know, it's just another key that's just gonna sit in our inventory.
Let me say it like this: if Hitsu mirror there, and there was something behind Aga 2, I would have to mute myself and scream.
I mean, I'm gonna also assume that Zelda is gonna do like the entire climb, right? He's not gonna bail after the mirror.
You can't bail after the mirror. You're still looking for a small key to.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you might need mitts as well, for all we know. Like.
Yeah, right. Because we haven't been to the mire area yet, right? So there is definitely 1 entrance. That's potentially medallion locked. We also, if we have mitts, we can also open Turtle Rock main. Hitsu was having an extremely terrible time with Aga.
No, we could also need to do Smith Chain as well. So
also very
we
true.
might need mitts.
Yeah. Maybe Hitsu was thinking that he didn't want to face Aga. I don't even know how many cycles that was, but I think there was at least 1 where there was a 0, unfortunately. So definitely, this is going to be a little bit of time given back to Zelda. Where in a race basically this close, it's not probably something that you feel great at.
So after you drop down here, where do you even start with this mirror? Like, where do you start?
That's a great question. Maybe K45 into Bombo's tablet?
Hitsu, what are you... Oh yeah, never mind. Hitsu has not checked this entrance. I was like, what are you doing? There's items in the drop. I was like, what?
Yeah. Alright, what else are we gonna find here? Maybe we'll find myths? Maybe we'll find flute?
20 rupees? That's like finding a flute.
Maybe we'll find 20 rupees? He had to turn down all those 50 rupees earlier. All right, looks like I wonder if Hitsu is like kicking himself. He's like, I spent so much time on Aga 2. Uncle just gave me 20 rupees and a heart piece. Like, I definitely did not need this.
Okay, I think this is gonna be Grey Village because it makes sense doing this, and then where did you go from that? You run down to K45.
Yeah, that would be another mirror lock location.
K45 bomber cell.
Right. Yeah, and I guess and so no myths means that we can't do Smith Chain right now, which is, well, I guess maybe for the better.
This is quite the event. This one. Oh, look at
Hey,
that! Tower
look,
there.
we found one of our 3 requisite dungeon entrances. Okay, so question for you, Alex. We're still missing that castle tower small key. Are you doing the basement?
Like, you have to. Like, for Hitsu, you already skip GT big key, like big shiz.
Oh, true.
Big.
That's also very true.
Like, are you gonna skip Hera basement as well? It's like it's gonna.
I mean, he was thinking about bailing after the mirror, which he would have missed out, by the way, on the Hera small key.
Oh. Of course.
Alright, that one's not so bad. Oh, good. Oh, good. Well, I don't think that opens up anything right now, right?
And that opens up nothing.
Yeah, because we still need the myths.
Myths is just gonna be in Hera basement. He's gonna bail, so.
Oh, see this. I mean, you know, like, this might be, you know, where Hitsu maybe decides to kind of cut a couple corners, maybe here and there. I can certainly see Zelda staying for Hera basement.
I have a hard time seeing Hitsu skip Hera basement. I mean. Then again, Hitsu doing Hitsu stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, you know, both of them maybe are just gonna stick true to their strategies. Hitsu has certainly been more known in this case to probably, you know, forget, to mark off a location, you know, when he feels like it. Zelda, of course, getting a little bit denied. Alright, so he is gonna stay. Maybe he's gonna make his time worth it. He did climb. Alright, sorry, he did, yeah, he didn't bail after the mirror, so...
Nah, I was a little bit worried there. And this is quite experienced doing commentary for an all dungeons.
all dungeons, yeah, all dungeons, castle tower, and 3 dungeon go mode. Zelda! Wow, dude, Zelda is bailing on Hera basement. This is amazing.
Wait, this is the one runner I did not expect.
Same, huge same. I definitely expected Zelda, especially given everything else he's done in the scene. Like he has skipped nothing.
Where is Zelda going? Did I forget something that was here? All right, Tur Rock Bridge.
Oh right, yeah. Oh my gosh,
oh my
dude,
god.
that is a lot of money for Hitsu, but that is definitely not anything that we need at this point.
Wow.
Of how the tables have progressed so far. Wow.
Well, let's just say like this. Wow, I don't know what to say.
I basically expected Zelda to also do Hera basement, and if it was a 50-50 basically whether or not Hitsu was going to stay in this case for Hera basement. Definitely the opposite. It looks like actually the bridge is not paid off so far. Just 2 useless entrances. Zelda's gonna finish up the cape. Yeah.
Where could this bumper cave lead us to? I mean, my area?
Could be. I mean, this has been available to us for a long time. Oh, floating islands.
Was there something up here? Oh, small key. Small key.
That could be. Oh my gosh, 100% required. We needed. That was available to us very early.
Wait a second.
Wasn't it?
Does Hitsu know about that one?
Did he see bumper connector?
I don't know. I don't know. Oh wow.
That's, alright. Yeah, so this is Thieves Town. Oh man. So this is gonna be kind of a difference now. So okay, so we do still need Turtle Rock at some point. Like we have to go find that entrance, and it still could very well be that it's like mislocked, right? Because we haven't seen all the mirror lock locations, but if it doesn't happen to be, and let's say Zelda finds it, there might be a little bit of time given back to Zelda if he doesn't have to full clear these dungeons.
Zelda, why the tablets? It's right there.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude.
What were we?
You might need bits. You might need it. Okay, never mind.
Oh well, here we go. I think. All right, so now we have full knowledge on everything that that we potentially could need.
Why is Zelda checking?
So he doesn't know where Thieves Town is, right? Like he.
Oh yeah, right. Never mind.
See, well, but I mean, like I don't know if he thinks he's in go mode because he also just skipped like the tablet, right? It's we don't know what's maybe going through their heads, but we know collectively now, right, that this case Hitsu can go mode Thieves Town, or could, you won't, but Zelda finding Turtle Rock here, and like apparently no other connectors. Like how often do you just basically do the back of Turtle Rock?
I mean, I don't know what to say about this.
Yeah.
I'd say this has been a roller coaster since
this has been quite amazing, and honestly, like it was really neck and neck, right? Basically, they were super close going into like after doing the GT climb, finding Hera, right? Zelda bailed early to go check more connectors, but man, this is still gonna be, I think, pretty close depending on who goes and does what.
I honestly don't know if Hitsu knows where Bumper Cave is. I don't know if he...
Yeah, no, this is certainly a good point. I think, right, so kind of the danger, both I think for Hitsu and Zelda, is that if they stumble upon the myths, it will, I think, spell disaster.
Okay, so you... Oh, wow.
So you had to basically go through that connector. Amazing.
That is awful. Let's just say like that is awful.
Yeah, and of course, this basically being here, Zelda I think has to 100% do this because there's not an easier way back here. Beating Turtle Rock does give you basically free warp to the beginning of the dungeon, but given that Turtle Rock main entrance is a desert...
Oh no!
Desert. Left or right? Oh no. That is the one item that you do not want to see on Zelga's side. For Zelga's sake, I do hope that he finishes checking the mirror locations before checking Mitts plus flute stuff. Because, in this case, we saw that Thieves Town is just strictly mirror locked.
I mean, hopefully he goes in and check the stuff here in Village of Outcasts, slash running down and checking the, the entrances before he starts checking the flute stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, myths and flute at this point are just pure bait. Like they're gonna lead you on to so many red herring trips.
I mean, at least this will go fast, kind of.
That's true. So right, so you can definitely be very efficient here. And again, though, like the fact that we haven't basically seen anything, until so late in the game for the Maya area, I think it makes a lot of sense for Zelda in order to come here. And yeah, like you have a very good point. So Zelga's the one who has the Castle Tower small key, so he literally is just gonna look for entrances, right? He's gonna take a peek, leave. He doesn't have to, open any chests anymore, so yes, I think it will go faster for him.
They don't check the big bomb. Don't do it.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, speaking of, we haven't found the bomb shop guy either, right?
Well, I mean, we found him now.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Ah, look at that, there's the magic shop.
Yeah, there's the potion shop. Great.
Okay, this is actually good for Hitsu. Hitsu will find GT. He will see a small key on the floating island, however, he won't be able to grab it.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's not actually that good for him. Because I don't know if he still have found Bumper Cave, which he needs to go through.
Yeah, and Hitsu still needs to finish Turtle Rock, right? I mean, so like even though Thieves Town is a I would say like more time investment dungeon to finish, it's gonna be longer. But Hitsu, I think, is definitely kind of like running. He's running on a timer right now versus Zelda.
Yeah. Oh man, poor chess game owner.
Yeah,
No money.
I know, no money. Zelda's so rich. Thieves Town was the left side of the quarreling brothers in the Light World, so it's definitely mirror locked.
Hey, we're gonna see you with Big Red Bomb. Yay.
Yeah, I mean, it's another entrance, I guess, for Zelda, for what it's worth.
I mean, according to his tracker, he only has Ice Palace entrance, Hammer Pigs, opening up TR, and the last drop down below where Turtle Rock Bridge is. Well, Turtle Rock backside is.
Yeah. Oh man. And so, all right. So Hitsu, he found Turtle Rock, the back of Turtle Rock, which is great because he, again, he needs to finish this dungeon. The unfortunate part is that just like Zelda, when he beats the dungeon, he's gonna get warped to the beginning of the dungeon, and he's probably gonna go to the roller side, which is fire rod locked, and he's gonna get his mitts, and then he's gonna basically do the exact same stuff that Zelda's doing, and just get baited from, getting over to the connector that's strictly mirror locked.
And he has that issue that he needs to find. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look, there's another Turtle Rock connector.
I mean, shoutouts to
Mirror Shield being vanilla. I mean, this is also very reasonable for Zelda because he is searching for connectors. He's searching for entrances, and so he is just going to follow everything that he can.
Dude, like, who put that there?
Exactly. Yeah.
Why is that there?
Is this even randomized?
That's a different game mode.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's true. It's very true. Yeah, so I think at this point, Zelda, assuming, looks like if he's gonna go further south and do a race game / into K45, he is going to be in strictly go mode because he's gonna find Thieves Town. He's not gonna have to open anything up. And then Hitsu is still looking for that connector to Floating Island to get his Castle Tower small key.
This is when you told me that this race was going to happen and we're going to sign up for this one, I didn't expect this to be this wild.
I mean, normally, especially for Hitsu and for Zelda, probably two of some of the best Crosskeys runners we have in the community, certainly in the world. And like their average finish time, for Crosskeys is I won't necessarily probably like under 2 hours or 2 hours, but it's pretty close, right? Like you certainly would expect some pretty fast finishes, and yet like here we are.
I didn't expect it to be this wild.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, mirror bond, yay!
All right, it's okay. It's just buying Hitsu a little bit more time after he gets the mitts.
I don't think you're feeling that well when you find the mitts right
Oh
there.
my gosh, yeah. Well, Hitsu's gonna keep going into Turtle Rock, which of course we know this case cannot be anything.
I mean, maybe he finds red mail.
It is certainly very possible. We are kind of low also on item locations as well. And then we saw Zelda skip like chess game, but we certainly saw a lot of stuff cleared out for Hitsu. All right, we do still have more bottles to pick up as well. But yeah, like just I think right around the 2-hour 15 mark, the fact that Zelda has now found a Thieves Town on the brothers' left quarreling house means that he is just going to go mode this dungeon. He is going to go mode Castle Tower because Ganon's at Lumberjack today.
And also, he already checked all the items in Castle Tower, so he doesn't even need to open anything.
That's true.
See, my random brain would tell me that to open chest right there in the attic. Because you need to open everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like also the maiden cell too, right? It's you pick up the maiden and then as you're dashing away, you're probably like, oh no, like what does that chest have? And
Okay,
Yeah.
this could be good. This could be good. If Hitsu jumps down, he will get his and run upwards. He will get his castle tower small. He just needs to jump down, run up.
Oh, is he doing this?
Oh boy! Oh, this is gonna be close.
Oh my gosh, dude. So oh my gosh. Zelda is... This is amazing, right? Because Zelda's like, I don't know, like maybe a minute or so. No, less than that, 30 seconds probably from finishing up Thieves Town. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. We are gonna have a photo finish between us, between Zelda clearing up Thieves Town and Hitsu picking up a small key to Castle Tower. Holy cow.
And Hitsu did activate his flute as well, so he can just mirror and he can just flute away.
Amazing! Oh my gosh, I thought Hitsu was like so... He was... Man, talk about a tight timer! Hitsu manages to beat it!
Hitsu... Hitsu taking the lead here.
Amazing. Like, so... I mean, I really meant to, like, look at what the time difference is when Hitsu picked up his Castle Tower small key. But this is... but yeah, this is maybe 20 seconds? Maybe?
Something.
Yeah, holy cow, though. Yeah, so it's not a insignificant lead that Hitsu has. It is very, very tight.
Oh, Zelda did actually activate this flute.
Right, yeah, he also did that, yeah. But, so, execution, despite them having, by the way, like, gold sword and silvers and all, like, you still do have to go through the motions. And Castle Tower... certainly could still be, like a little nick here and there could certainly cost up some time. We've certainly seen differences in phase 4 Ganon as well. Just like right there. Hitsu's trying to get through the blue guard, stopping him. Just giving a little bit more time to Zelda. Holy cow.
So how much is the difference between a tie for relighting?
Apparently there was also a tie last night, like a literal tie, between RD Walsh and Plasma Kappa. Maybe, we're gonna see something similar.
I mean, it could happen. Wow. I did not expect this at all.
Same. Man. And and this is also even with like Zelda skipping like Hera Basement too, right?
Yeah. I mean, wow. I don't know what to say more than wow, because I did not...
Hitsu seems to be more than willing to give up. Like Hitsu, he's getting through Castle Tower. Little things like nicks, here and there is going to add up, especially for a race this tight.
You might be watching Race Time Room, like...
Oh, man.
Is it done?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, would you be watching Race Time? Like, I certainly could see people watching Race Time right now.
I would have checked Race Time at, like, 1 hour 45.
Yeah. See, oh man, alright, so Zelda unfortunately didn't quite get both runners taking a little bit of extra time here in Circle of Plots. And yes, this is rando, PSA that both runners are gonna have similar, the exact same patterns. And not gonna matter probably as much for Aga 1 versus Aga 2. Like, Hitsu actually spent a good amount of time on Aga 2 versus Zelda. But I mean, like, all of these things, because it's gonna be such close to a finish, like, you really have to wonder, like, you could have probably made up, let's say, like 10 to 15 seconds, like, anywhere, right?
Yeah, and I just realized that whenever they're done here, they need to get away from the castle as well. So the one that takes the fastest way away from the castle, / the pyramid, wins.
Oh yeah, that's also true too. Right. So we just beat Aga. All right, so we're gonna be in the Dark World, and you have to mirror, and then get your way over to Lumberjack. This is gonna be somewhere again. One of those Crosskeys experiences are gonna help you out for overworld routing.
Yeah, fluting to 8 and then taking the portal there. When you swim up to like when you do NMG, that's a fast way to get to Lumberjack. Okay, Hitsu's done with the Aga 1. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, Zelda is just basically right behind him. Let's just get through all of these energy shots and hopefully another one. Oh, I forgot how many blue balls there were. There seemed to be a lot. Oh.
Way too many if you're selling at this point.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Alright, okay, yeah, Hitsu tried to, I think he did try to do the hook dash, but it wasn't quite the hook shot that he had out in the item spot. There is no such thing as a boomerang dash on the stairs.
Oh, just wait, it's gonna be a new thing.
Yeah, that's very true. Alright, so I mean, that's gonna, a little bit like that is gonna probably, it's just giving a little bit of time to Zelda. Alright, Hitsu dropping down. You, of course, with Gold Sword, gonna be pretty easy to get, you know, phases 1, 2 done. You only need 6 slashes per phase, as opposed to, you know, a Temper Sword, you need 12. Hitsu pretty much doing, like, the 1-in-1 pattern, but of course, not necessary. On to phase 3. Again, just like Aga, blue balls and patterns always gonna be fixed for phase 3 between the two runners. Nobody is in danger of dying, but we just can't fall. Any fall at this point would basically just tip the favor.
Yeah, I mean, if one of these two, well, I mean, if Hitsu falls, I would say Zelda needs to fall as well. And
yeah, I mean, and I guess for what it's worth, right, Hitsu probably could have fallen when he first got into Ganon, but at this stage, like, there is just no way. Alright, looks like it's gonna be like a 3 cycle for Hitsu.
Get your GG's in the chat for Hitsuyan that goes, 5-0, right?
5-0. Assuming he does not fall, he is going to take a victory, a very, very hard-earned victory over Zelda, like an immense opponent.
What a comeback in this one.
Yeah, holy cow. GG's, Hitsu. Zelda, yeah, finishing up, I think, for what it's worth, looks like he actually had a faster G4, but, I mean, to get basically, like, you know, phase 4 / fanfare sniped, I mean, super, super close race. Zelda played so, so well. Very, like, he made up a ton of time, you know, in the mid-game to being so efficient. Really, really close race. GG, Zelda.
Holy, I'm all sweaty from this one. Like, I didn't even play, but...
Yeah. 26 seconds. Yeah, we're looking at basically the race time differences. 26 seconds.
Wow. What a race between these two. Like, this is the, I would say this is the, like, around, like, the top best of the best runners out there.
Oh yeah. It was so much, yeah. I was gonna say, it was so much back and forth, too. Like, it looked like, you know, Zelda had, like, an extremely rough start, right? And then, and it looks like actually he was actually, like, a good bit behind Hitsu. But then, like, he made up so much time in the mid-game by being able to single dip a ton of dungeons. And then at the very end, right, like, oh, it looks like we got a blindfold pet for that GT big key. And then suddenly things just went off.
Yeah, sadly, it was all the extra stuff with the myths for Zelda, checking all those entrances. That cost him too much time in the end.
Yeah,
Like checking Pyramid Fairy and all of my area.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but it's like, it was so very reasonable for him as well, right? And to do so. But it's just, man, it's just like the myths and Flute were just such bait. And he did it very, very efficiently. Like, I don't think he could have done it any faster. But of course, yeah. Looks like though we are joined here by Zelga. GG Zelga. You played what a race, by the way.
Yo, GG's. Yeah, this was fun scene. Very interesting.
Interesting indeed, I would say.
So I guess did you I guess, like, okay, so first off, sorry about the early game. It looked like, actually, you were, unfortunately, swordless for maybe a little too long. I mean, like, you were, like, because you basically had to resort to bombs a lot for your early game, and it actually did look like the Gyptos, like, the mini Moldorms, like, in Spiral Cave, like, definitely did not give you a good time. Like, did any of that kind of influence, like, the rest of your seed?
It didn't really influence much more. I was like, yeah, it was terrible, and like take away dying in Spiral Cave like an idiot, and I win this race. But I mean, it's all there is to it. I guess something early in the game, I just was not there mentally, or I don't know. I just wasn't able to perform the way I normally can, and everything matters, even in a 2.5 hour seed, and this is just proof of it. But I mean, I can't feel too bad. It was a really gross seed, and yeah, that's kind of about all there is.
Yeah, I feel like a little bit responsible for calling out GT Big Key on pedestal, so I'm sorry, Celia.
I mean, I wasn't gonna check it. I was just gonna get it with. I mean, I hard last located the dam at Desert, so I knew that at that point, once I got the pod big in there and not much else, like the fire rod didn't unlock much else. I knew I was committed to the pedestal immediately.
Yeah, I'm very proud of you for not reading. That is the correct way to do things.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. When you get there so late, there's no point reading it. Just get the thing.
Yeah, we are also joined by Hitsuyan. GG's.
Yo, GG's Hitsu.
Yo, GG's.
GG's. What a race, man.
Yeah, what a race. I honestly could not believe you beat the timer. So I guess I mean, I don't know if you guys saw kind of like the end or if you got a chance to chat, but so Zelda, like, okay, so you both climbed roughly at the same time. Both got your mirror. I did see Hitsu potentially thinking about bailing after the mirror, but then you both got Hera, and then yeah.
Yeah, Celia, you skipping, what was it, Meyer? No, not Meyer. Hera basement. I thought about like maybe Hitsu would do it, but you were the one.
Yeah, exactly. Right, we were talking about this. Like, I was actually very surprised for basically you guys did the exact opposite that we thought you guys would.
What I'm hearing here, Zelda.
I mean, there were so many things left that the mirror opened. It was literally the first check I did after the mirror. So there was a decent chance I was going to find 12 items in Turtle Rock or 8 items in Thieves that were going to be everything I needed. So,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I wasn't sticking around for that.
The seed feels so bad, so I was not risking anything. Like, even going for the last key there was like risky because could be also Desert Small Key.
Oh yeah, we never found that one, right? I actually forgot about that.
So I was also close to going to Lava Chest maybe before going out Turtle Rock left, because I was hoping this is the floating island. That's why I went through Turtle Rock again.
Yeah, it really saved you there in the end when it was spitting you out on Bumper Cave, because I don't think you would have gone up there for, to follow Bumper Cave connector. That's like, I don't think you would prioritize that one after the mids, right?
Nah, that was my next check because I saw the small key there, so I was sure Bumper leads to the small key, and it was 50-50.
Yeah. So actually, Zelda, I think that you also bailed Turtle Rock at the time, right? Like you did the right side, the firelocked right side, and then I think you didn't keep going, right?
Yeah, because the mitts was definitively go mode. There was no other item I could possibly need.
Oh, right, because you were just entrance checking at that point, because you already had the Castle Tower small key. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess I just got to Thieves way too late, which was really unfortunate that I almost went ahead to that after Hera, because it was something that the mitts didn't lock. So like it was something that I could have got earlier, and then it was like maybe playing a little bit of defense. But I mean, I don't necessarily feel bad about rushing the Mire area with the mitts and flute. There's so much stuff over there. And then it's just unfortunate that the bomb shop happened to be there, so I got dragged to Pyramid Ferry, but that also kind of got me back to West Dark World, so it all kind of worked out.
Yeah, I mean, in a 223 race time, right? Like the difference, where 26 seconds could have been made up from, like on either side, right, is like everywhere basically the seed, right? You just make one different decision, and then the race could have been different results.
Yeah, like I said, I can point to so many things in early game, like dying in Spiral Cave, or the insane number of bomb attempts it took me to do the swordless bomb jump in Skull Woods. Like just any of that, and I promise that's 26 seconds. But
I believe you.
it is what it is. Like I said, there's no shame losing to Hitsu, and it was a close race. So there's really nothing to be upset about here, other than now I have to play really tough opponents in 4-1.
Yeah, it's like the same, right? And it's always coin flip and Crosskeys, like.
I, for what it's worth, like Zelda, like after I guess your initial game, right? It certainly did look like you had a good amount of ground to make up, but like your time in the mid game, especially I think you were able to defer Eastern Palace because you never found it, before entering with a bow and big key, was certainly, I think, it probably made you smile at least a little bit. Just the sequencing that let you single dip like Eastern Palace and I think Swamp Palace as well, like I think it gave you actually quite a bit of time that you made up over Hitsu.
Yeah, I can see that.
A bit bad about dipping every dungeon, I think. I did Maya, Swamp, and Eastern, I think, in the mid game.
Yeah, I think you also did Pod 3 times. I mean, like the last time was very necessary, right? Because you had to go kill Helma and stuff. But I think Zelda only did twice for Pod.
This big key on pedestal. What is that?
Yeah, I did Pod 3 times.
Oh, you did do Pod? Yeah. Okay. But yeah, this was this was a seed. hopefully the rest of your seeds won't go won't really be this involved, I guess, for the rest of the weeks. Yeah. So I mean, so Hitsu, you're moving on with 5-0. Anyone you're looking forward to facing? I know not everybody has finished yet, but there's some potential 5-0s out there. I think there's already probably like one 5-0.
There's Ramond, Illus, and Linlin, right? I would prefer to play Illus, I guess, from these 3 guys.
Okay. I don't think Goomba has played yet, right? But he's also 4-0, so he potentially could be another 5-0 person.
Yeah, I also don't want to play Goomba.
Yeah, I mean, like the path in Swiss.
I mean, every opponent now, also in the 4-1, is like the same as the 5-0 guys, so.
Skill
even
wise,
the 3-2
I believe you.
The guys are also good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anyone you're looking forward to maybe getting a matchup with, Zelda?
I'm not actually sure who all is in 4-1. I would have to check. But I'm just glad I can't play people like Humbug again because that was stressful.
That's true. I want to say that Shady potentially is at 4-1 because I know that he did not win his race this week.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. It's fun racing league teammates, but I also don't want to actually have to beat them in a tournament. So
that is also fair.
Yeah.
Is that even possible that people that had 5-0 are 4-1 and they play next round?
I'm not sure how many. Like, if there's an odd number of 5-0s, then yeah, there could be a 4-1 that would play a 5-0 still. So who knows? Maybe I can still face Goomba or something next week.
No, I mean people who were 4-0 and now they are 4-1. If they get other matched, Because they had 4-1 before. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I bet if it was challenged, that would definitely be possible. I don't know the algorithm that Start.gg uses.
Yeah, that's probably maybe for an admin question. I don't think we have any real insight into what Star.gg actually does. But I guess from what I understand, it doesn't like stop working, I guess, after 8 rounds of Swiss. So I guess that is something, right? But any other maybe final thoughts between you guys? This was a great race, by the way. I mean, I just want to say thank you both again for racing.
Yeah, just GG's again, Hitsu. And thank you, Clearmouth. Thank you, Nissan. Really appreciate the commentary. And thank you. I'm not necessarily sure who was tracking, but I do appreciate you. I'm glad you were doing it. And also Star for putting on the restream. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, can also say the same. GG Zelga, and thank you for the commentary, tracking, restream.
No. Yeah, I just want to say, thank you guys both again. Sorry, don't want to cut you off, Star. I just want to get my quick thank yous out really quickly. And I want to, thank you, Daruk and Topfile, for tracking this. I think they are probably some of the most frequently trackers that we actually have, but also some of the best trackers we also have. Certainly very, very diligent. Being also keep track of entrances as well, pretty difficult, I think, all throughout the seed. These guys are so great, so thank you so much. Really do appreciate your time. And Alex, thank you so much for the comms. It's always a great time. Looking forward to the next one. I definitely hope your voice feels a little bit better.
Thank you as well, Kimas. It's always fun, and I didn't expect this one to be all dungeons, but it was fun. So thank you so much, and to the whole crew and to everybody else. Thank you.
Thanks, all GG's once again. Hitsuyan and zelgadissan. Great race between you both. It was great to watch. Good luck in the remaining rounds of Swiss, and if you make it to brackets. Let's see. Then give them both a follow. We're putting the links there in chat. zelgadissan and Hitsuyan1337. Also, our two commentators, Clearmouse and Nelson Alex92. And to our two trackers, Derek Do and Tellfile. Thank you all for your work. Coming up ahead on the CSR schedule, we have quite a lot of stuff going on. Currently, we've got a little bit of downtime on the CSR channel, so we'll be having some more restreams starting up soon. At 6 p.m. Eastern, in about 20 minutes, we'll have on ZSR2, we'll have the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Standard NA Weekly Race. We will then have it also at 6 p.m. Eastern on ZSR3, we'll have the Majora's Mask Randomizer. Season 3 winners bracket round 1 race between Retronika and Rudex48. We'll also have a 10:30 p.m. Eastern on will be on ZSR3 at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll also have the Zelda 2 randomizer standard tournament Swiss round 3, between Mariah and JG Schmidt. That'll be on ZSR2. And 11 p.m. Eastern, we'll have an ALttPR Major Glitches League 2022 match. Star Pearl round 4 between Ben TC and This Is Not Yoho. Got plenty more races tomorrow as well, including a Crosskeys match at 8 p.m. Eastern between Amazing Ambrose and Allison. But for now, though, that will be it for us. We're going to go over and say hi to Homewrecker, who is playing a Crosskey seed of his own. Wish him luck with that, and all the night. Thanks for watching, all. We will see you next time.